portraits are among the numerous photos streaming onto Alan Engstrom's iPhone. After losing his iPad on a flight from Phoenix to Denver, he feared he'd never see the expensive tablet again, until his son Mason got this picture on his Apple device.
And he said, "Mommy, who's this?" And of course she said, "I have no idea who that is." Showed up on my phone. And so after a while, we figured out what was going on. That's the person that has my iPad.
Engstrom's photo stream between his Apple devices and the one missing are leaving behind a trail of evidence.
It's been a continuing fountain of entertainment for me. It's just like I'll wake up one day, I'll look at my pictures, and there'll be new pictures there. I'm like, oh my gosh. She has no idea.
With one snap, this display of various facial expressions continued to taunt Engstrom. Now he's hoping to track down whoever made off with his tablet.
I have no problem putting it on Facebook because, hey, you know, it's fun for me and it's apparently fun for a lot of other people. And there's always a chance that somebody will say, hey, I know who that is, and I want my iPad back. Using
the power of social media, Engstrom's story, along with this woman's face, have gone viral on the internet.
This is someone in Phoenix that's sharing it, and it just goes on and on and on.
He's even been able to figure out her Instagram username. Unfortunately, Engstrom disabled the iPad's locator settings. But with the amount of attention this story is receiving, Engstrom is optimistic he may see his tablet once again.
It's pretty crazy how quickly it spreads when it goes viral. I've never had anything like that happen before.
Now, Engstrom has not filed an official police report yet, but with the amount of evidence telling us, he thinks that would be an appropriate
Picture's
step.
frozen with the guy. This is frozen.
I can't get on the website either.
It might be kind of hard today, the weather. Oh, yeah. But it's just barely drizzling.
If you're hammered drunk, make sure you get home safe. Your own home. Hey guys, I'm Patrick Jones, and welcome to Buzz 60. Scott Timmons, a 23-year-old minor league hockey player in the Florida Panthers system, went to the old cement penalty box. With his terrific flow, he allegedly came home drunk. But it wasn't his home. He allegedly broke in and passed out on the couch. The family, whose house it was, woke up to find him there, where he allegedly started screaming at them and asking what they were doing in his house. The family made the safe move, slipping out the back to call the police. The husband, who wasn't home at the time, says Scott is lucky that he wasn't home because he says he would have put a bullet in between Timmons' eyes. Way to dodge that one. The police say Timmons doesn't remember how he got into the house, but they say there were signs of a break-in. The only thing worse than that...
It's in the mailbox, right? Is it? Did you mail the DC hat back? Go get the DC hat.
Are you ready?
A hat? Get a hat?
You're on.
Hello, welcome Macon, Georgia, and everyone else around the world through the World Wide Web. This is the Morning Roast, live from the Nut House in adjacent downtown Macon, Georgia, in the Thunderdome. It's 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, excuse me, Eastern Daylight Savings Time.
That's right.
We're back. March 18th.
We're back, and are we on,
2018.
Ed? We're on. You just brought us on so quick. You didn't even do the music. You just said, you're on.
That's right.
Because we're doing it live.
Because we're past. We're past start time.
Fuck the intro.
Drops me.
All right.
I finished taking my dump.
Oh, yeah. Let everybody know all about that. Did everything come out okay?
Good morning. Good morning.
A lot of paperwork?
Speaking of dump,
Drop your kids off at the
talk
door?
about dumping on the mayor's freaking announcement
That's right.
for
Yeah.
the cherry blossom.
That's right. I told
You
him
know-
I
you
told
know-
him I was going to do it.
Yeah, let me
They
just
knew I
say
was gonna
this.
do
Let
it.
me just say this. You're a fucking nut.
Yeah.
But
Nut house.
I talked to your mother yesterday. We had a nice
You
conversation.
talked to who?
To your mother.
Talk to your
Did you?
mother.
Oh, your
Oh, I
mother's
didn't know
lovely.
about this.
I love your mother. She's so hip. You make her sound like an old German woman.
Because she is
She
a German.
is, she is an old German
She-
woman.
She's a hip.
73 this
She's
year.
a hip old German woman.
Well, yeah.
Anyway.
Those women from Berlin, Germany were always hip. You know, I mean, Berlin was a big like decadent place back in the day. They had everything going
Yeah.
on in Berlin, Germany. you
Wow.
know, before the Nazis came and took over and clamped down on everything.
Here's what I
Berlin
say
was
about
happening.
all this shit.
So
And I'm sick as a dog watching this shit. So maybe my perspective is a little bit more, what you say, sensitive. Okay. I don't know who the hell it cost $650, but I'm glad whoever did it did it. If not, maybe the police said there was some that was saying, come on, this guy's freaking harmless. He's been around the neighborhood for years.
Right.
And the only thing good that he does is give us revenue with all his car tickets that he gets.
That's right.
Yeah, this guy's not such a big
But
deal.
what do you mean they pulled the 650? They didn't pull the 650.
Say again?
What do you mean they pulled the 650?
Who helped you out?
Yeah, that was Henry Fickley. Thank you, Councilman Henry Fickley.
Are you sure about that?
But he only paid $98, guys. You know, when your bond is a certain amount, you only pay a percentage to get out. You don't pay that full amount. He paid about $90, $95 to bail me out, which I'll get him
Pocket
back.
change, right?
Right, I'll get him back. $650 is the total amount. That's what I have to settle with, you know, once I go to court and all this. But it had to be done, guys. You know it did. And I said it on Facebook weeks in advance that if you don't settle this, and if you don't at the minimum don't fire Clayton Sutton. I said we, but in this case it was me. But I said at the time, we are going to make Cherry Blossom a living hell. We're going to show the world what this city really is about when they try to cover it up in pink, and they got the old ladies out there with their pink jackets, and they got the pink poodles, and they got all the bed race and all that shit going on.
It's too
We're
much.
gonna still show you what Macon's really about. Today after the show, I'm going down there with my signs, and I'm walking up and down Cherry Street, which they can't get me for, because I told the arresting lieutenant Friday that I was going to do that. And he said, yeah, I can't stop you from doing that. He said, the only reason I'm arresting you for today is because Cherry Blossom Festival is a private entity. And I came into a private entity, technically, even though it was free to the public, is his exclamation. I came into a private event and caused a ruckus. So that was my charge. But I can walk all up and down downtown with signs and whatever and pink jackets.
There's a reason why we didn't have a show Friday. Just in case.
But the reason for that was not that part.
Oh, okay.
You know, I said on the Facebook page that when I found out that Cheryl Davis was having her 10 o'clock press conference that same day, 10 a.m., you know, we decided we won't do a show because also Irvin wasn't feeling good, and Ed and I talked and said, yeah, let's just not do a show. And so, you know, because basically, well, Ed and Derek weren't going to sit here and do a show. But anyway, you know, so we went to the 10 o'clock thing, and guys, I wish y'all came to the 10 o'clock thing. I know you weren't feeling good, Irvin.
So did you hook
The
up
10
with
o'clock.
Derek initially?
To this 10 o'clock event?
Yeah.
No, Derek didn't show. It was just
That's
me.
it. I didn't
It
have
was
mine.
just me as far as from our crew, and then Kerry showed. Urak showed
Yeah.
up. Urak showed up. He missed about the first 10 minutes of it, but he showed up and took a lot of the pictures on Facebook from that event are from Urak's camera. So, but basically, yeah. So we went to that 10 o'clock thing. Ex-Mayor Ellis spoke, of course. You know, throwing in his agenda. You know, we know the mayor's sort of, you know, it's good. It's good to have him in the fight, but we know he's also just there because he's there for his agenda. He's trying to go ahead and further his whole, you know, hey guys, remember me? I'm running for mayor again. Look what I'm doing. I'm out there fighting for the small man, you know. So here I am. We know what the mayor's doing, but he was there, and Henry Gibson was there, ex-detective, city councilman, and of course Cheryl and her family, and a few others. But it was a good little event, and yeah. And then you know, I told him, I said, you know, I'm going to the quarter to 12 or so. I'm going to Central City Park for the ribbon cutting of the Cherry Blossom kickoff. Now I'm gonna tell you guys what I did here. Okay, I'm gonna explain this all to you. Okay, I get there, and earlier in the day, if you look at the pictures, I'm wearing, you know, the beanie cap and that military gray coat I have. That
Yeah,
I
you
wear
look
here.
like you're on parole.
Yeah. But then when I went to Central City Park for the kickoff, I knew, okay, I've got to change my look a little bit. I can't show up the same. They're going to have their eyes on me the minute I walk in there. So I ditched the hat. Are we on anyway? Neither of you are on the
Yeah,
picture. I didn't
I'm
know. I didn't know
still
if we're
trying
on.
to figure the shit out.
Are we on, Ed?
Yeah,
We're on. Okay. So anyway, I ditched the
I'm
hat.
not getting on over here.
I ditched the the gray coat, throw this one on, and I knew that, hey, I can't walk in there with signs, just holding them,
There
because,
you are, right there. In that
you know,
picture.
I can't just walk with signs. They're going to see me, bam, they're going to grab me most likely, and they're going to somehow remove me before the thing even kicks off. So I decided, well, one sign is sufficient, and I fold that sign up in fours, four square, and I stuff it under my shirt in this jacket. And I button the jacket, and I move into the Central City Park Cherry Blossom Festival. I blend right in.
I was hysterical.
People already love my jacket. The vendors there are loving it. Some of the police officers like it. Okay. I walk around. I go check out the tigers sitting in their cage for the show later on. Some beautiful white Siberian tigers. Beautiful cats. I go look around, you know. And they're setting up and mingling, about to start. And they ended up starting about 30 minutes later than they said. They started about 12:30 instead of 12. And so they're sitting around. A lot of cops are around, looking around and walking around. So I decide, you know, all right, let me just wait. And I sit down at a bench that's kind of in between two food vendors, you know, the guy selling the pretzel and the guy selling the big meat on a stick or whatever. And I sit at a little table right there, and I buy a drink, and I'm sitting there drinking my drink, and time's just a wasting. The media shows up then that were already there earlier at Cheryl Davis's 10 a.m. press conference. They show up slowly. You know, and Shanti Tager from Fox, guys, he already kind of heard me say before that I was going to be protesting around the Cherry Blossom Festival. And so, you know, he had asked me again at Cheryl's 10 o'clock press conference that morning that, you know, am I still going to go out there? And I said, yeah, I will. Well, he shows up at Central City Park, sees me sitting over there drinking my drink, comes over, and he's like, yeah, man, so where's your signs? You know, when are you gonna start walking around or marching around with your signs? And I said, oh, due time, Shawnee, due time. Just be patient, be patient. So he's sitting there and he talks to me for a little bit, and we kind of shoot the shit about the case in general and things that he finds weird about it, parts that he actually accepts, you know, by the GBI. You know, he's kind of being a reporter. He's being subjective. He's like, you know, I can see both sides of it, kind of thing. So he's talking. He's talking, and he, you know, is hanging out, and he asks again. He goes, so man, when are you gonna, you know? When are you going to do? When are you going to do your little march? I said, it's coming soon. Don't worry. So I tell him, go set up, whatever. He goes and sets up, and
I got a shot.
you know, sitting there, and he's the only media guy that knows. He's the only media guy that knows that I'm going to do something. So he's standing out near the guy from NBC 41, local NBC affiliate, and keeps looking over at me, and the shindig starts, and George McCandless from the Telegraph comes up, introduces everybody. Hey, welcome to Cherry Blossom. We got a great bunch of group here. Blah blah blah. He's introducing the princess and little princess and queen of Cherry Blossom Court. He's looking up, you know, pointing out, here's the auxiliary women's corps, whatever. Here's this group. Blah blah blah. He's doing all the you know, introductions.
You were on Explorer. I put
So,
you on Firefox.
finally,
You're on Firefox.
oh, we getting in there, guys? Mm-hmm. Take a break. You still not even on.
I still got the chat.
You got the chat. Anyway, so the mayor is then introduced with Sam Hart, county commissioner, chairman, head, and he's introduced with Sam Hart by George McCandless, and they kind of do this funny sort of, hey, here they are. They're going to be button heads coming this next election. They're both running for mayor, blah, 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 blah. Let's start alphabetically. They call Sam Hart up. He does his little spiel. And then, of course, it's time for Rickert to show up.
Reboot your computers.
Guys are having technical difficulties.
I'm
keep
coming
talking.
through out here. I can
As
see
long
it
as I'm
coming.
coming through, I'll keep talking. These
As
guys
long as
get
I can see it, I
situated.
know the show's live.
Right. So he does the introduction to Mayor Rickert, and Shanti Tager, Fox 24 guy, who knows I'm going to do something. He keeps looking over at me from a distance. He pulls his camera out of his bag. He gets it up on his shoulder, and he's looking. He's the only one that knows I'm about to do something. Everybody else just no clue what's going to happen. So the mayor's introduced. Rickert walks toward the microphone, and that's when I jump up into action. Boom, boom. I have my jacket unbuttoned. I pull the sign out from underneath. Unfold. Bam. up high, and I just bolt right toward the stage. And then the rest is history. Basically, what they quoted in the papers, right? I said a few more things they didn't quote, but I said, Mayor Rickard, why aren't you firing Clayton Sutton? And at first he tried to ignore me. He keeps talking. Mayor Rickard, why don't you fire Chief Burns? Blah, blah, blah. I keep saying it. And then finally he's, well, if you hold on after I'm finished here, I'll talk to you about it back here. And I go, no, you're going to talk to me now.
You're not nice.
Yeah, that's right. I saw what Saibuki. I heard what Saibuki said. I'm gonna get to that in a minute, Saibuki. So basically, I'm not shutting up. It's funny. The first person to accost me is this lady, and she's one of the chair members of the Cherry Blossom Festival. And she comes up, and it's just so funny how she tries to be so poised and keep her calm. And she comes up and she says, and I got the sign, and I'm hollering. She says, Sir, this is really embarrassing. Can you move on? You made your point. Can you get out of here?
I've seen her.
And then I completely ignore her, and I'm like, oh, Mayor Rickard, why aren't you blah, blah, blah? You need to go. In a minute. Let's do it. So then she's still, sir, this is so embarrassing. I have children here. My children are here for this. Blah, blah. And I said, well, I'm just sorry, ma'am. And blah, 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 blah. And then next thing you know, all these other little ladies come over to me. And I got this one little lady trying to shove me nicely this way, and this one over here. And then this one blonde hair, lady in her 60s with all this just pancake of makeup. I mean, just full of makeup. I feel it pressing me right here. And, and I'm looking at another lady here, and I turn, I go, and it's her, and I say, ma'am, I'm going to ask you to take your hand off of me. And she just looks scared shitless. She's like, and then this guy at my back goes, sir, well, I'm a detective, and I'm going to get you out of here. I said, well, go right ahead. And this is all just going within a few seconds right there in that circle.
You said, are you really a dick?
And then that's when 4 or 5 cops show up and join the fray. And then they sir, come on, start pulling me a little tighter, a little harder than the little old lady was pushing me. And I never forget, I turned around to start being walked off, and I see 3 guys with iPhones recording it, and the one in the middle is Craig Burkhalter, the guy that did this.
Yeah.
He's just right there, bam, just recording the whole thing. So that's it. They pulled me back. Long story short, they got me into the mobile police headquarter trailer, that they park at these events. Pulled me in there. Well, before they did this, the guy that walked me off, that's in the picture of me, and he's kind of the police officer that's pushing on me, kind of, and I got my jacket, and I'm looking back at him. He was mad as hell at me at the standing over there near the mobile unit, waiting for the lieutenant to show up. He was just glaring at me, and people were walking by smiling with their strollers, and I was just holding my sign.
The guy pushing
I can't
you?
say, yeah, the cop, he was mad at me. And people are walking by, and I've got my sign, I'm showing my sign while I'm waiting for them to actually, cuff me or whatever, or talk to me. And I just started introducing myself to all these ladies walking by. How you doing today, man? You're looking good over there. I'm Anthony B. Harris, remember that? Might need you as a witness. And the cop is just pissed off, and he says something to me like, yeah, hardly, I doubt that. But anyway, so long story short, they get me in there, and they talk to me. A lieutenant shows up, and then the lieutenant gets a call from a captain, and the captain apparently told them to book me. And then he proceeds to tell me you're being charged with disruption of a lawful gathering or whatever the hell that is. So another stupid law.
Wow.
So they pull me in, and then they finally actually handcuff me, and they put me in the car and drive me down there. Okay, so go ahead. I've been talking.
No,
We got chat. You got a video? We can't watch it, but they can watch
Let's see if we can get it up. This.
I don't know why we can't get a picture, chatters and viewers, on these two.
By the
We
way,
got the
did you
chat,
see,
but we can't get you guys moving.
Speaking of just off the cuff here, did you see is that post on DSS? Is that a fact post? Or is that a bullshit
The
post?
mugshot?
Where he was busted?
Yeah, I just showed it to everybody.
Is
I
it
can post
bullshit or is it real?
It's real.
Real?
You were wondering whether it was just DS
No,
trying to be
real.
funny for publicity?
DSS TV.
Yeah, I know, but
Well,
you have the
wanted for
assumption.
what? Busted for what? Making a sorry movie?
What do you say? You have the assumption that he's just
Yeah.
trying to be funny because I was busted, so he cut and pasted his face to some other.
Yeah, the child abuse thing. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You ready for the video?
I'm ready. We're ready for the
Ready.
video. We can't watch. I'm gonna watch it from
Cherry
inside.
Blossom Festival is a time when we celebrate love, beauty, and international friendship. And this year our featured country is France. and we're absolutely delighted to have a good delegation from France here with us today. In fact, our sister city relationship has brought them. May I speak with you after this, please, sir? Thank you very much. You're kind, and I appreciate it. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, sir. Let me finish with this introduction, sir, and then I'll be happy to talk with you later. I'll be glad to talk with you later. Please, sir. Thank you very much for your patience. We appreciate those people from Macon, France, being here. The delegation being led by the mayor of Macon, France, Jean-Patrick Courtois, and his lovely wife is here with him. We are delighted that they are here. Mayor Courtois also serves as a vice president of the Senate of France, and so we're especially pleased to have Mayor Courtois here with us.
Yes!
As Ant gets escorted off stage.
That's it.
Yes.
Who took that one?
That was on the Megan. Megan.com.
Oh, that's the actual. Okay,
Terry
that
Wilson,
wasn't somebody.
Terry Wilson posted
Oh, cool. I
Can
didn't
you
even
save
see
that video from? I was just trying to
Let's
collect
save
it.
it.
I've got it saved on my
Save it.
Cool.
Where the hell did
The
Irvin
link's
go?
on the Facebook
Shit,
page.
Irvin just left.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to chatters
Terry
here.
Wilson's post. The link's there.
Okay.
All right, let's go to chatters. What in the world is going on here, guys? We're talking a lot. This is all like discombobulated here. Irvin just got up and left.
Well, yeah, we were just talking about Vorpal says arrested should not have been given a ticket and ejected.
Yeah,
Sabuki-
but we're not worried about it.
Sabuki says, "Here we go. Your mama is heckling at best. Come on, now, you could do better than that."
I saw that comment. This is the one reason I said he's not kind, which sounded like I agree. It sounded like it was on an episode of Teletubbies, Sabuki. But the reason I was saying that, first of all, because he said I'm kind, or I'm not being kind, but I was still thinking about all the children that were in attendance, Sabuki. I didn't just want to just blow out a tirade of fucks and shits and. I was trying to think about all the kiddies. You had the kids court up there, the little Miss Cherry Blossom and little Mr. Cherry Blossom sitting on stage.
Yeah, and they love the kids.
So I was thinking about the kids. I wasn't thinking about the adults, but so I kept it G rating. All right, Sabuki. Sorry I couldn't.
He made it E for everyone.
Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't appease you, Sabuki. I know you wanted me to say you fucking asshole. You fucking ass. Anyway, there it is. I never saw that video till now. Very interesting.
Yes.
Harris heckles Rickard. I like that.
I'm kind of glad because actually it was my niece's first cherry blossom parade she went to yesterday, and she was so thrilled because her older sister, she was in a float, I think.
So how was the parade?
It was very good. I didn't get to see it myself, but my sister, who took her daughter to see it, loved it. She absolutely loved it. My youngest niece loved it. She really got a kick out of seeing Curious George, or the person in a Curious George suit.
That's right.
There in the parade, she was just clapping because she watches him all the time.
Curious George is the man
on the weekdays. Well, the chimp, but I know what you mean.
That's right. So was it a good turnout? I mean, a lot of people.
It seemed to be
because the weather was nice.
The weather was definitely nice, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I couldn't go. I would have been down there if I was in Macon. I would have been down there with my signs, walking around protesting. But I had to go do a gig in Atlanta as Spider-Man at a car show, which was good. Saturday and Sunday.
So how was
2 days
Atlanta?
It was cool. I got mailed the costume back off. I filled out my I had to finish filling out my expense report stuff here. They pay for all my shit, my food and gas, but yeah, it was cool. It was the Spider-Man outfit that I wore. This is actually by a company called.
You get to keep that?
No, it goes back. I don't get paid, but every time I work for them, they actually, of course, send it back to me. Mm-hmm. It's theirs. It's a one suit thing, but one body thing goes all the way over. Feet and all. So anyway, yeah, I've done these gigs for them. It's by a group called the Marvel Character Appearance Program. They're officially associated with Marvel, and I guess now DC, or not DC, Disney. But I've done this for them for a few years. I did it first time in 2007 when we lived in Atlanta. I did a couple of Walmart gigs at a Walmart for the kids, and then they had me do Captain America, because you can choose characters you want to do. They had me do Captain America last year at the same auto show. It's a yearly thing in Atlanta. It's the Atlanta International Auto Show, and they have the characters there. And last year they had me do Captain America. This year the guy wanted me back because I did a good job last year, and he had me this time as a different character, which I went back to doing Spider-Man.
Wow.
Thor was there too. They had a guy. They hired a guy to be Thor, so Thor and I were hanging out, and then there was another person dressed up in a big Scooby-Doo
So were
outfit.
people laughing when you were being led away?
Oh, we're back on the arrest now. Yeah, we'll skip. Yeah, because I wasn't being led away from the auto show. We were a big hit with the kids.
You wanted to be arrested.
I didn't want to. I was gonna go, and we are back. Irvin's jumped here. You know, his hearing's not very good. I was going with the intent that anything can happen, and you noticed my Facebook page early that morning. I posted, you know, because I'd known the old history of protests and stuff, and they always said back in the 70s and 60s that one of the things I've seen and heard and read that they used to say was that when you're being arrested during these protests, you're supposed to holler out your information, you know. That way it's record of who you are to everybody, and also something conveniently happens to you. There's a lot of witnesses as to who you were and what, you know, like the cops decide to drop you in the river somewhere. So anyway, you know, I said, well, you know, that still should hold true, you know. That doesn't hurt to do that. So that's why, you know, when I went there and was getting arrested, I was saying my name, I was saying my birthday, and saying it loud. And that's why, as I said, when I was waiting to be arrested and booked, and I was standing with that one officer that didn't think I was too funny or too kind, he, you know, I was introducing myself to people walking by, pushing their baby strollers to the festival. You know, I was telling them who I was, and hey, you have a nice day, and I was being really cordial with them. But I was letting them know who I was, so if something came up in the news and the media later on, I'd have these little witnesses throughout the city. So, basically, yeah, I mean, I was led away, and, you know, told me what they were charging me with. They actually, you know, the cop that was in charge of writing the report was the young, you know, the young Hispanic one, sort of, Urban, that's down there on Cherry Street.
Yeah.
Remember the one that came up to me during the Real Making Film Festival when I had Sugar Virus was playing on Cherry
The young
Street?
Puerto Rican guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the one that got to book me. He's the one, and he's a pretty nice guy.
Who was
He was pretty cool. The young Puerto Rican cop who's stationed
he's
on downtown Cherry Street precinct.
He's a coward.
He basically was just pretty laid back.
Tell us how you really feel.
Well, he's pretty laid back. You could tell he was, you know, he was kind
He's a
of
coward, and so is, by the way, that fat-nosed son of a bitch that was leading you down the road. I'm telling you, that's Officer Richards.
You think so? I don't think it is. I didn't see his
looks
name
just like
tag though. Well, this was funny. I'm jumping back around because you brought it up. But you know, when I was being booked, and you know, they had to take my belt. They take your belt, and they take your boot. If you have boots on, they take them. If you have tennis shoes, they let you keep them. See, they never actually booked me. They booked me. Phone call. Here we go. Shut me up. Good call. It's probably Derek Shapiro. Want to talk about his arrest? We'll get to that.
Morning, Rose.
Derek Shapiro.
Derek Shapiro.
Put it right down right
What's
quick.
this bad mouthing and putting out on video?
Ed doesn't want to be on his show.
And the guy got arrested. You're such an asshole,
We're
Derek.
going to play that later. Hang up and tell him to call back
Hold
later.
on a second.
Derek, call back later. We're not talking about you now. You're not coming to hijack shit. Come on. Just call back later. We're not on the Derek thing yet. He's just trying to throw the topic around, huh? I think he hung it up. Yeah. Yeah, we're not doing that topic now, Derek Shapiro. We're going to get to your ass. Don't worry. We're going to get your mug shot, which we want to find out whether it's real or not.
Yeah, I'm
But,
wondering if it was, what was it for?
Yeah.
making a crappy movie or something?
Don't worry, Derek. You'll have plenty. Derek, if it's him, tell him to stop or he's not coming on at all. It's him? Well, it could be somebody else, though. Could be somebody. It could be somebody we want to talk to.
Oh, shit. No. Whoa.
It could be somebody we want to just. Derek, do not keep calling back. We will turn the ringer off.
We will ban you.
Okay. So here we go. back to the subject. It's all over the place. It's Manic Monday here. But anyway,
Yeah, I dropped
They
the
never-
speakers. I dropped everything.
they never actually gave me the orange jumpsuit, you know, because they got me in there. They put me in a holding tank, and they had to give me the little ugly orange rubber shoes, though. Those damn things, those Crocs or whatever. They had to give me those because I wore my combat boots. They made me take my boots off. I guess they don't want me in the boots in case I use them as a weapon. So they gave me those shoes, but the other thing, they took the jacket, they folded this up nicely and put it in my bag of belongings. Well, it was really funny. I'm getting to a point here. This is like the official Macon, welcome to Macon welcome package here. And you'll get what I mean in a minute. So I forget I have certain things in the pocket of this jacket because the last time I wore this jacket were to some other events, you know, big city events. So lo and behold, the cops are emptying my pockets and putting them in the little belonging bag, right? Watch this. You're going to love this, guys. So he pulls out. First of all, I had the old 2012 Macon Film Festival button in there, right? Right?
Wow.
That was in there, so I'm representing the film festival. The jacket's already Cherry Blossom representing. And then I had, this is one of the last times I wore this. 2007, they tried to break the kazoo record. Macon is the home of the kazoo. If you didn't know that. A guy from Macon invented the kazoo. Well, they tried to break the Guinness Book of World Records here in 2007, and they failed. They missed it by about 200 people, barely. And what was it? It had the most people in one area blowing a tune on the kazoo. Well, I'd wore this jacket during that event too. Well, lo and behold, look what was still in the pocket. The kazoo. Right there. Georgia
Oh, you gotta play that
Georgia
kazoo.
State Fair, Kazoo World Records attempt, September 27th, 2007. So the cop then pulls the kazoo out, and I'm just sitting there chuckling to myself because I'm thinking, look, I'm representing,
see that?
I'm representing Macon. Don't blow on it. It's mine.
No, I'm not
Don't
gonna
blow
blow
on
on
it.
it, stupid. I want you to play something. You don't even know how to play. All right, go ahead.
Anyway, came from
No,
Macon,
I
Georgia.
want you to blow a song.
Well, not now. Let me finish
Do
this.
the Three Stooges.
Well,
Let me. I'll blow it all during Derek Shapiro talking.
Okay, good.
Okay. When he calls back, I'll do it during his shit. Anyway, so I'm laughing because I'm thinking, look, I'm representing Macon well here as I get locked up in the pokey. It's like, hey, we got Kazoo Film Festival, Cherry Blossom.
What
so
else
anyway,
you find in there?
that was it was like the swatch, you know, the old color thing of when the guy got the jacket made, the actual print and all, you know, that was still in the pocket, the receipt or whatever. So yeah, the extra buttons, that was in there. Anyway, so and I think in my car keys, and I had $4 too. Okay, so that was what I was representing with. And anyway, back to it now. So I'm a son of a bitch, Urban, and what else?
Did you buy any food
Where?
at the festival?
No, I bought a drink. I
Did you?
explained that right before I made my move. When Shanti Tager from Fox came to talk to me, when I was waiting for the mayor, I bought a drink, and I'm just sitting there sipping my drink.
Now, did they
And
announce that the
I
mayor
finished
was
my
coming?
drink right before Rickert went on. I was like, last gulp, left it on the table. Here I go. Sign. Okay, go ahead. I was like a transformer. What were you saying, Urban?
Did they? Did you have the timing of the mayor coming, or you knew?
No, I didn't know when. I didn't know when he was going to speak. I knew he was going to speak, but I just didn't know what order. And like I said, we had to sit through like 15, 20 minutes of some other bullshit. You know, the guy's introducing, the editor of the Macon Telegraph, the local paper, he's introducing the court, you know, the Cherry Blossom Queen and King and Little Queen and Little King.
So
He's introducing all this shit. He's introducing the preacher they got to do the morning prayer. You know, they're buying time. And it was kind of funny because I almost thought that the cops were the whole time sort of looking around for some protesters to show up. You know, they're on the guard and no one's showing up. And I'm just sitting in my little corner just watching the whole thing going, if you guys only knew what I'm about to do. And I'm looking and there's, you know, all these big wigs. You know, there's, guess who's there in his pink jacket?
Oh.
Lowell Register, WPGA's guy. He's there. He's there. There's Virgil Watkins. There's Rabbi Sleshak. I'm seeing all these people just sitting there waiting. You know, just I see the whole crowd showing up before they go on stage.
Do you
So
think they
it's really
saw
good.
you?
I don't know if they did.
I mean, with the
I know they
Hackley
saw it
they
after the
did,
news.
but
How
See-
did they miss him in
See,
that
but
jacket?
but see, it's a psychological thing. That's exactly, and let's see what chatters are saying. But it's a psychological thing. As much as my face has been out there, I knew that by taking off the beanie and putting a pink jacket on, which puts in their mind psychologically that this guy's one of us. He's got a pink jacket on. He supports our event. You see what I'm going at? Psychologically, they see a guy and they go, "Oh, that's cool. Look, he has support for this event," which throws them off of realizing who I really am. So then when I do show up, bam, they go, "Oh my God, that guy, I saw his jacket and didn't think anything of it, but then it's that guy."
He's the enemy.
You see? That was the whole psychological thing I was pulling with it, and that's the way our
you
mind
pulled it
works.
off.
Our mind works like that.
You created your own freaking movie.
I basically calmed down their mentality when they saw the jacket. I was like the circus clown, right? I calmed them down.
No threat.
I said, boom, yeah, he's no threat. He's in
You're
pink.
like-
He's a guy in pink. How much of a
An
threat can he be?
insurgency going on.
That's right.
Insurgency. That's a good
There you
word.
see how I'm working.
Perfect word. Perfect
So
word.
I knew it was fine. That's why I sat there just smirking the whole time. And Shanti Teger from Fox knew. He's the only one that knew. He didn't know what was going to happen. He didn't
He knew
even.
somebody
He didn't
Yeah,
even know my
shut
sign
up,
was.
bomb,
He didn't
folks.
even know my sign was stuffed right here. I didn't tell him anything.
Oh, it's wonderful.
He had no clue. I
Because
just
it
sat there
kind
with
of
my drink
mocks.
like this going.
It also kind of mocks them with the little elephants and shit.
That's right.
Yeah.
It kind of like
That's
mocks
right.
them.
And
and
pink
says,
elephants and cool
"Want to
looking
play Mickey
turtle,
Mouse?"
snail, turtles. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Usually have that pink sign, the pink coat on, then you pull
That's
out the
right.
sign and then
That's
what
right.
the?
Right. What the hell are the chatters? And see, let me tell you guys this too real quick, and then I'll shut up. For you
That was
out-of-towners that don't
freaking
know,
awesome.
this jacket was made by Emmett Barnes, so he custom styled
It's
for
a
Emmett
wonderful
Barnes.
jacket.
Emmett
Where's
Barnes.
your top hat? You should have worn your top
Emmett
hat.
Barnes was a big-time hotshot in Macon back in the 70s and 80s and early 90s until he went bankrupt. He owned half of Macon.
Wow.
He owned all the downtown buildings, almost all of them, for a long time. And then what happened, he and his wife, Edwina Barnes was a big animal lover. She's a big, big supporter of animals, is involved in all sorts of animal charities.
Was he there?
No, he's long gone. He might have died now. She's still alive, I think. But anyway, he went bankrupt. They went bankrupt in the 90s, late mid-90s. Well, so when he had to dump all of his property downtown, that's why all these people like Tony Long and the Dunwoody's got this property cheap. When he went bankrupt, they snatched it up. They bought it up. That's why they now own it. Well, anyway, Emmett Barnes had this personalized jacket made back in the 80s, I guess. Cherry Blossom's been around
That
since
one?
what, 82?
82,
Yes,
yeah.
this was his jacket he had made just for Cherry Blossom Festival. This is what he used to wear around town. So, like I said, 82 is the first year of it. So he had this made in the 80s and was wearing it. So when he was getting rid of a lot of clothing when he went bankrupt, he was donating a lot of stuff to different places, to Goodwill, to the charities, to the theaters, costumes and stuff. Well, he took this to the costume. He took this to Theater Macon one day. My mom used to be the reservationist at Theater Macon for years, the only one that would do it. Well, my mom was there. My mom and dad kind of knew the Barnes also, kind of acquaintances and friends. So he showed up that day, or somebody for him, with all these pieces of clothing going, "We don't want this." And my mom saw it. My dad happened to be there that day too, and they saw the jacket and they said, "Oh, that's a great jacket." And my mom was like, "Hey, Jim Crisp, the director, can I have that jacket? Can I get that jacket?"
Yeah.
And Jim was like, "Yeah, sure, that's fine, let him have the jacket."
Your dad asked for it.
My dad and mom, because my dad liked it and wanted to wear it at a Halloween party like later that year. He was coming up on October, and so that's how it got in our possession. Was through that. So, but basically, Emmett Barnes. That's what makes it even more ironic, is I'm wearing something made and worn in the past at Cherry Blossom by one of the so-called bigwigs of Macon at one time. And the cops were loving that. When the one that was arresting me, when they took it off, I pointed it out to them. I'm like, whose jacket this was? And those guys were just looking at me at the LEC, the booking, going. Their look was like you, Irvin. This guy's fucking crazy. This is what they had, the look they had on their face. So it was funny. It's funny. See, there's so many connotations.
Layers.
And that's right. There's
This
so much
city has
more
more
to it.
layers than a freaking rotting onion.
And I represented layers. I had
Wow.
the kazoo. I had the Macon Film Festival. I didn't even realize, and I didn't even plan that. I really didn't. That shit was in my pocket. I didn't even think about it was in my pocket when I put this on that morning.
Well.
So. What are the chatters saying? Hell, we're rattling on. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like,
well, no,
I
that's
know you
good.
guys can't see us moving, so you think there's nothing
Yeah,
going on.
I
But
can't see us on the featured either on the front page, so something's up, either Black TV or
You can't refresh it. This cannot be the same
Well, it says,
chat.
oh, okay.
I mean,
it
this
says
chat.
we have to click here to merge your account. I guess we have to see it through You Now or something like that.
No, that's a week from now. That's not now. Blog TV team. It says it right here on the chat board. It says, have you heard the news? Blog TV's merging with You Now. Click here to merge your account.
Yeah, you don't have to do that now.
Not now. But, I mean, what are they saying, Urban? What are the chatters saying? I mean, is it updated? These are old. Yeah, this shit's been written like 30 minutes ago.
Well, Bubba Bryce said you got serious problems with Macon police.
Yeah.
Of course we do.
And he says they mistook your sign for a handgun.
Police tyranny or something.
And the sign, and that's another thing. You know, I told them I wanted my sign back. When they checked me out and I got all my belongings back, the sign was gone. And I said, where's my sign? And the guy went back and looked in the room, in the holding room of all the belongings. And, of course, it's not back here. The officer must have taken it. Yeah, I bet you took it. But I got more signs made up. That's why I only took one. So I
Which
could have
sign did they
that was the one. It was a new one I wrote. It was two-sided. It was one just for that event. It said, and they were biting ones. It was the one that said, welcome to Macon. Our streets run red, but we'll cover it with pink.
Right.
That was on one side. And then the other side said, Macon. Watch out for our cops. They might shoot you. That's what the other side said.
Well, you know, it was behind you.
So I'm holding this. It's so funny. I'm sitting there holding this next to this.
You know, it was behind you 100%.
A lot of people.
Alex Webb.
Mm-hmm. Oh, was he? Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of it because I've been in Atlanta Saturday and Sunday, but I haven't seen a lot of the Facebook stuff. But I mean, some are behind me. Of course, some people think I'm an idiot, which that goes with the territory. I mean, you're not going to have lovers and supporters on everything, you know. So, no, I know a lot of people do. I got a private message from Isaac Lightfoot, really appreciated by me. I ran into Rabbi Schlesinger Saturday night downtown. He comes up to me. This is one of the city councilmen, Rabbi Schlesinger, Larry Schlesinger, and he came up to me and said, "Yeah, really, what happened? You know, I heard about you getting arrested." And he was there. He knew I got pulled away. And he said, "Yeah, when I saw them escorting you out, I thought they were just going to escort you out and tell you to go. And then I read in the paper the next day, you know, you were arrested." He goes, "That just wasn't right, blah, 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 blah." He got my court date. He typed it in his phone, and he said, "Okay, I'm going to look into trying to get those charges dropped." So I even got a few council people, I think, that are on my side. Mm-hmm. You know, I know Henry Ficklin's on my side. He's the guy that bailed me out. Hell, I mean, you can't be more on my side than that. But are we still getting chatters?
Well, Rieger's going to be in the hot seat now because they had that meeting on Saturday, and I forgot who was that guy. And he said he's telling Rieger a long time ago that Sutton needs to go. He's got a problem, disciplinary problem.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's bad. That's even more signs that Rickard is just not cared. Do you have any video footage from that meeting Saturday? See, I sure wish I was here for that. That's what I hated, that I couldn't be here for that because I had to go do Spider-Man. But there's another one March 28th. I will be going to that one. You know, March 28th, guys. Mm-hmm. There's another forum set up, so I'll be here for that one. But
will it be with the same subject or topic? Or
I think so. It's going to be. I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what it's going to be. I know the Justice Department lady, Suzanne Buchanan, is going to be there, and you know, I'm assuming the NAACP is going to be there again.
Well, I got the thing from the NAACP. I don't know if you want me to play it.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any kind of footage having to do with the Saturday meeting, that Saturday meeting, go ahead and do it.
And people in Macon are expressing their growing concerns about policies and procedures within the city's police department. More than 100 people showed up for a town hall meeting today, hosted by the Macon branch of the NAACP and attended by an official from the U.S. Department of Justice. The NAACP's state president was also on hand to hear testimony from community members regarding safety and racial issues and alleged injustices perpetrated by the Macon Police Department. The NAACP is trying to find ways to work with law enforcement and the Department of Justice to solve racial profiling issues and other concerns.
We're hearing about how people are stopped or how people are handled. There needs to be an understanding of how to deal with people. Diversity seems to be missing here.
In our community, we have a lot of complaints with the police department. And it hasn't just started. It's been like this for a long time.
One hot topic of the meeting was the recent decision by the Duke County District Attorney not to file charges against a Macon police officer who shot and killed an unarmed man back in December. Many people also testified about their own encounters with police, leaving some very emotional. With every complaint, the state president of the NAACP asked for documentation and names to help investigate the allegations. The organization says it wants people to know that a few bad apples don't represent the entire force.
They're here to serve and protect us, and we don't want our community to think that all police officers are like that, because there's a trust issue right now.
I am so ready for the city of Macon to wake up and see what is going on in their city.
Improve race relations, but we need to understand that there's a race problem first.
The NAACP wants to meet with Macon city officials and the Justice Department soon to discuss the concerns. No one from the Macon PD or Bibb County Sheriff's Office was invited to the meeting. The NAACP is continuing to investigate the police shooting of the unarmed man, despite Bibb County District Attorney David Cook saying the case is closed. And people in Macon are expressing their...
There we go. Thank you for that, Ed. Vorpal Bite. You said, Ann, at any point did the cops express disdain to your something? No, they didn't. No, they didn't. The ones I ran into, they actually were just very, robotic and professional of the whole.
Oh, this is
you have a right to do what you want to do
this
kind
is
of
so
thing,
weird.
but you can't do it here.
How much control do we really have on Facebook?
I don't know. What
I had all these pictures of you in that jacket with the police, and I can't find them now.
Uh-oh.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Control?
Who else had them?
I have pictures up there.
You got them too?
You have them?
Are they still up there?
I didn't take them off of Facebook.
He can't find them on his
they're
page.
not on my pages.
I don't know where you put them, but...
That's weird shit.
You can't find them.
I had all the pictures of it. I had like 2 or 3 versions of it.
Weird.
That's weird.
But it was a good turnout, it seems, for the Saturday morning forum. And then, of course, let's not forget mentioning this. Okay, we talked about Cheryl Davis's press conference at 10 a.m. Friday morning. Then, of course, my noonday fiasco, or whatever you want to call it. My noonday. So we had that. And then, of course, which I did not make because I was in the pokey, was the 3 o'clock march from Tatnall Square Park to City Hall. Did any of you guys go? I know Irvin didn't go. Did y'all go, any of you?
This is too much.
I had to play.
So we'll get to that. We'll get to that there. But so that went. It seemed well. The footage and the photographs in the paper that I saw from the march.
You got a whole shitload of pictures, man.
Seemed
right
to go
on
well.
I'll just have one.
So
you got people playing the tuba and the trombone.
Good to see
and
it
the
was
clown.
done.
It's all on your wall. All those pictures are on your wall.
I don't know what it
I
is.
see 'em right
it was a good Friday. Good Friday with
Very
a
good
very
Friday.
loud message that was heard around the state at least. So
What the
had that
hell,
stuff going
man?
on. And like I said, today I'm going down there after the show with signs. I'm going to this
I
time
don't
be on
see
Cherry
shit,
Street,
Ed.
walk up and down. I have the right to do that. They said they can't do anything about that because Cherry Street is still open to the public. That's not a private event. Poplar Street's open. Any streets I can walk up and down on with signs because they just can't do anything about it. I just can't go in the park, Center City Park, with signs and stuff because
Especially with
they
that
rented
jacket.
that. They rented that space. Yeah, imagine that if I wore this jacket now. Now we should play a joke on them. We shouldn't, but we should. Now I should start giving this jacket to people to borrow and have them show up at these events throughout the week with it. So it's like everybody's different wearing it. Like let Derek the black man show up with it. They're like, wait a minute, that's not the same guy, but that's the jacket, isn't it? Really
Please,
throw 'em
man.
off.
I wouldn't.
Derek's like,
I
hell no,
just-
I'd be shot.
Please, I would be shot.
Be
Get-
shot.
get
You don't want to go a little longer? I mean, we
I
started
don't
late, Ed.
think
You don't want
so.
to go extra 5-10 minutes?
Yeah, I just think it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, let's go extra 5-10 minutes.
I
Cause,
really want to try to reboot everything too because you can't see.
Yeah, this thing is just.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Working slow.
I got the
We'll be
chats.
back in a few minutes.
We
Okay.
got the chat, but we ain't got the video.
Viewers, we will be back. We're going out there trying to rectify this.
Morning, gamer girl. We'll be back. We got
We'll be right
slow
back.
connection, but it's 9 o'clock. Even
It's
though we
9
started
o'clock
late.
a.m.
We're gonna
It's
take a break. We're gonna
57
come back.
degrees.
I'll jump in a little more instead of trying to fix a piece of shit. Hopefully Ed will do it. In the meantime, I still got questions.
Okay, I want them.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to
questions.
hear.
NIT tournament. Since those who don't make it in the NCAA, one big one.
Get that one.
The National Invitational, or we call it the Not Important Tournament.
They're not important.
Because Georgia had like a whole bunch of these banners.
These thoughts they first came over me in August 1993. 18 was 5 years away. Too young to know I'd have to pay to be free.
Right there, right. I'm lying.
Okay.
No.
Re-up.
See if you can get
That feeling wasn't there no more. By the ripe age of 24, looking back on what I had, chills went out to the core. Where do we go? We lose ourselves in every day. Why do we try to make the best where we're forced to stay? Feelings that I had ain't here no more. That part of me I lost along the way. Looking back on Thompson Street, as though I moved just 15 feet. Oh, in fact, it's been 15 years. And all that's changed is in the mirrors. They say that when the lights are out, alone is when you learn about that person waiting patiently, speaks but only silently.
Thank you, Ed. Let's see what goes.
Where do we go? We lose ourselves in every day. Why do we try to make the best where we're forced to stay? Feelings that I ain't here no more. I wanna know. I wanna see that part of me. I lost it all the way. I wanna know.
That already. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I love it. It looks just like you. All right, we're back. Go up there.
Woo! We are back.
Oh man,
We
that
are
was too
definitely
funny.
back. You're watching the
Yay,
morning
we got
roast.
a picture.
Thank you. We
The whole
got a
time
picture
we were
back.
watching
Thank
the whole
you.
last picture.
Yes, it's
Woo!
not. It's
All right.
9:08 a.m.
Now the show can really start off.
Yes.
Now I can go through all the pictures y'all didn't see yet.
All right, we can show everything again. We can see ourselves.
Like
And
Derek.
you got the
Yeah.
first story.
Smoke.
We will. Robobite, sorry we bored you. We know you went somewhere else. Come back. We'll have other stories besides
Watch
that.
Apprentice.
Yeah,
Believe it
it's
or not, we are getting to other stories. We got something to say
Yeah.
about Derek Shapiro, so we're
It's
gonna let that.
9:08, right? 9:08 a.m. here in
Yes.
Macon, Georgia. You're watching Morning Roast live at the Nut House and the
Yes.
Thunderdome.
It
with
is.
Anthony Harris, Derek Barrett,
That's right.
Irving Martinez, and behind the camera we have Macon Skirioke, Ed Einbinder. It's 57 degrees outside in Macon, Georgia. It's partly cloudy with some showers with a high of 74 and a low of 56.
Wow, the rest of the week's looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But
Donnie
yeah,
Curry
so
says, "Hey, Jailbird."
What's up, Donnie Curry, Warpabite, Laslomio, E42, Spokesman Bimbo, my man.
Now,
Irvin,
is this for
Fisher
real, by the
Vandenberg.
way?
What?
This site with this guy's mugshot.
He got arrested
It's,
back in 2000.
he
Well,
did get arrested.
I understand what Irvin's asking. He wants to make sure it's not a publicity stunt by Derek Shapiro. You know,
No,
that
no, it's for
he's
real.
throwing his face on some other arrest card and changing shit around.
Yep, cruelty to children and simple
Well,
battery.
you threw it up. Let's go ahead and address it now. You guys ready, gamer
And it
girl?
was exactly 2 years ago.
Saibuki, here we go. Here we go, guys. Let's talk about it. Derek, now you can call back soon. But let us talk about it first. So what do you got to say?
Yeah.
What's the story? I
This
didn't look
is
at
nonsense.
it. What happened to it?
Saibuki.
It says it's a nonsense.
Okay.
No, it's nuts. It's a nuts.
If you want, I can show you the Facebook video that he sent.
Well, now let's not get into him yet.
Wait,
Let's
what
just
video?
let's just talk about what happened to him. No, the video he sent about us. We'll get to it, but we got to send it to.
You sent a video out.
Yeah. But let's
That kind of rips us and said one of the guys went to jail.
Yeah.
And he said, "I'm going to go after these guys." Did you see it?
Oh, that's okay
I didn't see the whole
because
thing.
I sent all his viewers his mugshot.
No, it was new.
All
Right.
the
He
viewers
just
that I knew
sent
he
it to
had,
me.
I
All
sent
right.
him his mugshot.
Well, Ervin, send that video to Ed. He'll play it.
Send me the link
Yeah.
on Facebook.
So, but I haven't read it, guys. So, what exactly was he locked up for? I haven't read it.
Child
What was it?
cruelty?
Child cruelty? Child cruelty? Really, Derek?
Child endangerment.
Derek Shapiro. We're gonna let you explain yourself. Call in the show, and we're gonna let you have your word. This is not.
Cruelty to children.
It's not
and
fun
simple
time, Derek.
battery.
Don't be calling like doing your shout outs. Don't sit on the phone the whole time going, "Yeah, guys, I'm streaming you live here. Yeah, I got an interview with Joan Rivers. Yeah, tomorrow I'm talking to George Clooney. Yeah, we want to hear what happened with your arrest, Derek Shapiro. Call in, Derek Shapiro. But anyway, let's go. Gamer girl, you must have had a great weekend, sweetie. You must have been laughing all the way to the bank when you heard about DSS TV.
Wow, so Sabuki says, endangerment, did he show him his movie?
That's it, baby.
No, that would be more cruelty than endangerment.
That's right.
But
It's a Freudian slip, Three Bears. She goes, "See, I knew something wasn't right about BSS." That's a good one, too. Bullshit Shapiro. There you go, BSS. Anyway, Gamer Girl says, "I looked him up after he talked shit about you being arrested. It pissed me off." Well, good deal. Congratulations, Gamer Girl. Thank you. Good work. Good work on that. You are a
Yes.
champ, Gamer Girl.
Thank you. Speaking of which, we have some stories.
Yeah, let's do these other stories while we'll get back to Derek Shapiro's thing.
I'm looking for the video.
Irvin's sending the video to.
This is what I hate about some of this shit now.
Yeah. But while we're doing it, okay, let's stick
I
with Sammy
put it out
Davis.
on my Facebook page.
Yes, this
Oh,
is just
here
a
it is.
recent story about the by Joe Kovac from the Macon Telegraph
Here
about
it
the
is.
911 caller in the Kroger shooting. It says, quote, "I felt bad about the whole thing." It says, in the months after her 911 call led a Macon cop to a fatal encounter with a panhandler at a Midtown supermarket, Vivian Marable has tried to put the episode out of her mind, but it hasn't been easy. The panhandler, Sammy Junebug Davis Jr., who startled Marable and asked for money while she was putting groceries in her trunk, was killed. Police officer Clayton Sutton, who responded to Marable's December 21st call, shot Davis 3 times when Davis lunged at him and cut Sutton's neck with his fingernails. The shooting has triggered protests and fostered mistrust over city officials handling the case.
Pause it, Irvin. Pause it. We're going to do it. We'll do that after Derek does this one. All right. Continue, Derek.
Okay.
All right, Derek.
The shooting has triggered protests and fostered mistrust over city officials handling the case. "I felt bad about the whole thing," Marable, age 84, said Thursday. "Because I felt bad for the family of that man that got killed, and I felt bad for Sutton. It just upset me." 6 days after the incident, Marable told investigators that Davis had come up behind her as she walked into the Kroger at 400 Pioneer Avenue. At about 3:30 p.m., she loaded her groceries in the parking lot. She turned and noticed Davis standing beside her. I thought it was behind her. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a shock when I raised up and he was right on me, Marable said Thursday. She handed Davis $1 and some change, then hopped in her car and drove away. She dialed 911, she said, to report that someone had come up and kind of frightened me and they needed to check him out because I did not know who he was all about. Maribel, who turns 85 next month, didn't know Davis was dead until she saw a picture of him on the news. In her December 27th interview with the detective, she said, "I'm sorry it happened, because I didn't intend for anything like that to happen." Asked Thursday if she in any way felt responsible, Maribel said, "Yes, yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation, but you do feel responsible, kind of, but I had to let it go, you know what I mean? I knew I had to let it go." Maribel, who works as a lunchtime hostess at a restaurant, had never called the police about anyone spooking her that way. She even told the detective that she wasn't going to call the police anymore, but she says the detective replied, "No, that ain't the way to feel about it." What troubled Maribel most of all was, to quote, the one family that had somebody
died.
Yes. "I didn't have nothing to do with the actual thing," she said, "but I just felt guilty for a while, that's all. I think you would have too." And
yeah, but again, maybe she jumped the gun. She feels that way. She's an 84-year-old lady. She's already probably just a little nervous and frail and fragile about what's out there in the world. She sees this other stuff in the media that perceives certain people as trouble, right?
Yes.
The whole profiling, right?
Racial
So
profiling.
she turns and sees a large black man and automatically assumes the guy's a bad guy. Her fault to assume that, right? And then decides to call the cops.
I think your
and
volume's
report.
still here.
I mean, what can you say? Ed, get on back here. Everyone wants to just put this video on.
Yeah.
But go ahead now, what we're talking about. Did you hear that story, Irvin, or were you not paying attention?
Brother,
About the
I
girl.
have to confess, I didn't hear a goddamn freaking word of that story. And all I looked over and I'm trying, okay, where the hell is this guy? And Derek, with his monotone delivery,
Right.
all of a sudden I'm just like
Derek's got
surfing.
the Monday blues. He's
I'm just
not there.
surfing
He's like,
water, right?
Okay.
So I'm like
Loud,
going like
Derek,
this.
loud.
And I'm like, and here's the reason why. I was checking out the chatters because a lot of them are saying shit.
Right.
But then I was looking at some of my Facebook to try to find the video, which I found
Right.
the video.
What video am I supposed to put out? I don't have any video.
He's
Yeah.
sending it to you.
Ed,
Where is it?
It's the Shapiro one. Let's go to these chatters real quick.
I got.
Come on, Derek, say it with
I
gusto.
don't. What we gonna do, Derek Shapiro?
Well, I know if it's set, but you have to send it to Ed. Ed's gonna actually
Well,
show
I'll
it.
just play it off my damn.
No, Ed's gonna actually show
I
it.
just want you to see it.
Yeah, but let Ed show it. We can all see it. We can all call him out,
Right.
and our chatters can see it. Ed, you got it or no?
How do I send it?
I think he put the link up. Did he put the link up, Ed?
Copy the link and put it in a message and send it to me.
So while we're doing that, Derek, please read the chatter.
Okay. Donnie Curry. Oh, it said.
I'm right here, yeah. Only
Donnie Curry said, "Only to play devil's advocate. And having this as experience with dealing with the law myself, it should be known that we do not know what happened, as I was charged with child abuse because I spanked my kids with 2 swats. Okay, now that I said that, he is still a douchebag and always will be, and I'm not surprised if it is true and exact."
Yeah.
And Gamer Girl says, "Irv, just so you can be sure
Hey.
it's real."
It's on
She
my
sent
Facebook.
Irvin
I don't know how to
the
do
link.
that.
The link, yes.
Good morning, Fat Cock. What's up? Donnie Curry says to Gamer,
When
official
did
Gamer
he
Girl.
send it? When did he send it to you?
It's on my Facebook.
When did he send it to you?
Yesterday. Did he send it to you
I
yesterday?
put it up yesterday.
Yeah. Go back to chatters there.
Okay.
I was trying to see. Not shot at you, hon. Okay, I believe it's true. I was just playing devil's advocate. Okay.
Three Bear says, "Aunt, glad to see you out of jail."
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be in there long.
Derek Shapiro.
Everybody I was in there with in the little holding cell, or like when I told them I was in there for, oh, you'll be out, you'll be out by tonight.
Actually,
It's like I got little guys in there, little wannabe gangsters in there, you know,
see his
the white
face.
and black, you know, in there, and they're like, man, they got me for theft by deception, man. They got me for my old lady called the cops on me and said I was abusing her. I'm in there with all those types, you know, and I'm like, I'm the guy protesting. But yeah, I mean, I knew I was going to be out of there because hell, I was calling Heather, my wife, to bail me out.
Oh,
that was mine.
53 minutes.
That was fuck no, we're not playing a Derek Shapiro video for 53 minutes. But anyway,
When did your wife find out?
Well, when I tried to call her, I finally got in and got my one phone call. But even though they give you more than one, technically. And at first I couldn't get a hold of her. Well, what I did is I called her first. No answer. Then I called my brother, coffee guy. No answer. Then I called you, Irvin. Turn your
No
mic on.
answer.
I called I Suck Goats, and sure enough, I Suck Goats. They didn't answer the phone. No answer.
Volume's still on.
Then I called my wife again, and she finally answered. Told her what the deal was. She said, okay. I gave her the bail bonds numbers, phone numbers, 2 of them. I said, pick one, call them up, get the money out of the bank, sweetie, bail me out. A few hours passed, and I'm still not bailed out. So then one of the sheriff ladies on duty says, hey, go call again. Check what's up with your bail. You hadn't heard anything. Go back to the phone. I call my wife again. And then she tells me, I called about it, and they said that Henry Fickling is handling it. That's when I first learned from jail with the phone that Henry Fickling was handling it, counseling. And I said, oh, really? Okay. All right. Well, okay then. And it was kind of funny because you should have seen the sheriff lady at the desk's face when she heard Henry Fickling was handling it. She looked at me like, God dang. That's a first, you know. They spend their life booking all these people in here for shit like gun possession, selling drugs, not paying child support or whatever, and they're having to find their thug buddies to bail them out or whoever to bail them out, and then here's this guy who's like, Henry Fickling's bailing him out.
Yeah, city
wow.
official.
Yeah, it's pretty. Which says something again
about Henry Fickling.
And not only that, it also says that not only are there people pissed off about what happened with Sammy Davis Jr., but there's actually some so-called quality, high-profile people that are on our side about this.
Let me just say this.
Go ahead.
On behalf of Henry Fickling.
Right.
And being a guy who hung around a lot of guys like this.
Right.
Mr. Fickling guy, ministers and all
right.
that. I know his number one thinking is that your heart was really good.
That's what he said.
In the end.
That's what he said when he called. I called him when I got home.
Was in it.
I called him when I got home to thank him. It was around 9 o'clock at night. I said, hey, Mr. Fickling, this is Anthony. I wanted to just call and thank you for bailing me out, and I'll get you back.
I think he sees your heart. He sees your pain.
He said it was
because
wrong.
there's a pain involved here. You're kind of really pissed off about
this. I am pissed off. It's not a
I mean, and here's the thing.
It's my neighborhood. It's the
your
neighborhood I grew up since '83. Since we moved back here. From 1983 off and on I moved, of course. But from 1983 on, that's the neighborhood I lived in. That Kroger was our family Kroger. It's still my mom's Kroger. She's still
By the way, did I tell you I spoke to Al Tillman for about half
No,
an
you
hour?
didn't. How did that go?
He may show up.
Here?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Told him to show up.
Al Tillman.
Yeah.
See what up with the Unity and Community guy.
Yes, Three Bears said, well, then there may be hope yet for some people of Macon.
That's right. I like that idea. Gamer Girl, thank you so much, sweetie. She said she would have bailed me out, and then Graber said, and then I would have taken him home. And then
So do you
Graber
want to
said,
hear
maybe
about
your
my
answer.
conversation
You
with
could have
Al
taken me
Tillman?
home, Gamer Girl. That would have been fun. As long as my
Okay,
wife didn't
I got
mind and
the
your
list.
husband didn't mind.
She said it's only the first 3 minutes.
Huh.
You can play the first 3 minutes.
All right.
It's only the first. You want
Ready for your video from Shapiro?
Huh?
He's got the Shapiro video ready.
Yeah, go for it.
He's only
Thank
going to
you.
pay a few minutes because we're not giving this guy
Patience.
forever.
Don't get well.
Okay, well,
It's
just let us
only his
know.
video.
Let us know when it's ready. But anyway, so what else did Tillman say to you when you talked to Irvin? What else did Al Tillman?
So bad. What?
What else did Al Tillman say to you while Ed gets the video cued?
Well, we talked about how crazy that was what you did.
It's not crazy. It's
he
all
also
right.
Said,
it's all right.
He also said it's not the best way to get credibility. People are going to make all sorts of accusations on him.
I don't care.
And that's what he's more concerned about.
All right. Back now to Derek Shapiro.
Another a-hole.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to stream.
Look at how crazy he looks.
Hey.
That isn't that the look that you will look at if you're somebody giving you a
It's
blowjob.
not streaming, man. It's not streaming.
It's not
It's
streaming.
frozen.
Yeah, it's frozen.
All right. Well,
There's two of them.
well, maybe Urban can just
It's
play
the top one.
Maybe Urban can just play it, audio off of his, because
Go right ahead. Be my guest.
turn it up loud volume, Urban, as much as you can. We're going to go off your
My
computer.
volume's off.
Turn it up, though, for this.
I can play it on mine.
Oh, do it. Do it.
Okay. Is he doing it or what?
Yeah, he's doing it. We're not gonna worry about the picture. Let's go for it. Derek Shapiro. This is a really loose show today. We're all over the place. We apologize if it's annoying you.
Ugh.
We apologize to all our sponsors.
Yes.
This is so
Well, we're not doing DS anything, actually, Donnie. What we're showing is what I've been saying from the moment that I met Derek Shapiro, that the guy is a pig.
Derek Shapiro's new
Here we go.
Derek Shapiro's morning show. They started the Derek Shapiro's Basement Morning Show, but my new show here Monday morning, of course.
Is that the one that said something about it?
It's freezing up.
It's freezing. Yeah.
Even if anybody tries to play, it's going to do the same thing.
Sure.
We got too much load on the bandwidth today.
All right, Irvin. How about Irvin?
Go to the link.
Yeah, Irvin. You give us the Cliff Notes version. You would sound better anyway. I mean, what the hell did he say? Since we're having these technical difficulties.
Do the freaking video. I'll find it.
Okay, but
then
see, it keeps freezing up on Ed. So.
I know.
Well, it's going to freeze up on him too.
Right.
I'll just.
Sabuki says next parcel I send will go poof if you play this fool. Ha ha. Yep, Sabuki. It looks like we're not going to play him anyway because of technical difficulties.
Hey, Gamer Girl, it's blocking out the link with asterisks. They can't see it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. But again, the story that I was talking about, I didn't know that was.
Yeah, go back.
I didn't know that was an actual 911 caller. So that's what they said. Well, then she said something about that instead of some bogus
warrant.
Yeah,
I mean it all sounds like bullshit to me. It's all bullshit. They're throwing out a warrant. There's not a warrant.
Sorry,
then there's another warrant with a guy named Davis, which sounds really
here it is.
Impossible.
Chucky Davis.
Yeah. Urban's now pulling. I mean, we are wasting too much time on this guy. I'd just rather hear I just really would hear what the hell he had to say, and that's it. I know.
All right, give me the.
But Urban's just so badly wanting to talk about this. So let's. This is Urban's segment. This is Urban's segment. Good God.
Derek Shapiro's new Derek Shapiro's morning show. Extension of the Derek Shapiro's Basement Morning Show, but my new show here Monday morning, of course. It is, of course, 9 o'clock in the morning, of course. Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about what's going on, of course. Of course, the show that was, syndicated on my show is done. I'm not going to mention the name. Once they let go, they're let go, of course. Of course, the people from Macon, Georgia, they want to name the names. Of course, you can find them in the Keith, the radio show host. And they want to, disregard me. I'm going to disregard them heavily. So just say they're the worst, they're like the Hootie and the Blowfish wannabes, and they're not doing it right. Okay? And one goes to jail blink, blink.
What, so loud?
Anyway, this is a positive show.
So turn it off.
Peabody, Massachusetts. Good morning, everybody, and let's play some music. Here's Rihanna featuring Mikey Echo.
Okay, stop it right there. He's about to play
Derek Shapiro's morning show on DFSTVStation.com. Just gonna wait till it loads up. We'll get to some other fun facts here on Derek Shapiro's morning show. The first of it, of course.
Okay, pause that shit. Pause it. Okay, that's enough with Shapiro.
Fine.
He's talking about Rihanna now.
Of course. And here we go.
Okay, so what did you want to address on that, Urban?
Stay.
You wanted to address it, Urban. Go. Address it. He already spoke, and now he's going to a video. He's showing a video. We're not going to talk about Shapiro watching a video.
No. Did you hear what he said on the video?
I heard what he said.
Okay, what do you think about that?
He's trying to stir up more publicity. And then we're giving it to him.
He's trying to piggyback off of us.
He is. I mean, who cares? Now he's acting like, I'm not going to mention them.
But you see,
whatever.
All our viewers already know, and now his viewers seen his mugshot. I
Right.
seen a couple of them, so.
They know, right.
Hey.
Well, he's already shown, since we've been here.
Right.
He called the show 3 times, right?
You mean today?
Yeah.
Twice. Was it 3 or 2? Anyway, go ahead.
Enough.
Yeah.
Once is enough.
No,
Yeah, I
because
mean, of
he
course
spoke
he's
to me
trying to
twice,
stay
and then he
on.
called back twice.
Okay, 4 times then.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you have to say, Irvin? You were the one that wanted to show Shapiro talking about it. I don't care about it anymore.
Okay.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, we know he's trying to piggyback.
I guess I shouldn't care about it either.
No, you can care about it. If you want to rail into him,
Well,
go
he
for it.
sent me this video.
Right.
Then I get a video about him being a child abuser.
Right.
It's like,
right.
I don't want to know you anymore. Just
right. So he's done.
He's a pervert.
Cut him. Cut him.
At least you're not a pervert.
He's done. I am a pervert. At home with my wife.
But you're banging the other day. All right, guys.
But anyway, so let's keep going. Yeah, I mean, this is like, we're jumping all over the place.
Okay,
It's just.
We're all over the place, Anthony. Like you're all over the place.
That's true. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure all the chatters are like, "What the hell? Quit talking about the guy too, right?" They're tired.
They can't
They need to move on to regular local news.
They're tired of talking about Derek Shapiro on the chat. I can't see the chat board. Neither of them are on the chat board. So I'm asking you: Do they? I mean, do they care?
Oh, I'm gonna give you a little piece of music over here.
He's not watching you guys anymore. He banned you.
All right, good. He's done. He's done. Let's stop talking about Derek Shapiro. Okay, let Derek go back to what he wanted to go back to. He was addressing the lady.
What lady?
The lady that he just read the story about 911, the 84-year-old lady, okay? Who now kind of second guesses why she called to complain just about a guy who was standing next to her.
Right. She feels bad.
Derek brought it up in that article, which he's right. I mean, look how bad this is written. No, go up.
Mm-hmm.
And Derek pointed it out when he was lethargically reading this.
Mm-hmm.
Behind her and then beside her, within 2 paragraphs. Where is that? Point it to me, Derek. Where is that line? It's right next to each other. How inconsistent it is.
Come up behind.
Okay, here. In quotes, he had come up behind her, and then the very next sentence, she stood and noticed Davis beside her.
We're featured.
I mean, what the hell kind of writing is that, and what kind of account is that? The woman, if the woman said both, then how much can we trust the woman who's already 84 years old with her mental state? I mean, how can we trust what she says, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's already calling in because she was scared of a big black guy standing behind her or beside her or wherever she thought he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. There's over 100 comments. I'll just go with the.
And it's going back and forth, I bet.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It says, Crawford Citizen says, obviously, I do not live and vote in Bibb County, but if I did, I guarantee I would not be voting for Ellis or Gibson or any other fool who wanted to continue to stir the pot about this issue. If you have relatives that are mentally unstable, you need to keep them safely at home. Crawford Citizen says, NYC, if I was being mugged, I would hand over my money and get safely away, then call 911. Not to refuse to give money and risk injury. If a man the size and age of Junebug was approaching an 80-plus-year-old woman and startled her after she got her groceries and was getting loaded them into her car, I can easily understand why she would have handed him whatever change she would quickly get her hands on. It would be like a person trying to escape a strange dog throwing down a hamburger so the dog would be distracted. And no, I'm not calling Junebug a dog. But when you feel threatened, you do whatever you feel necessary to aid in your escaping the situation. Clearly, the family knew this man was unstable mentally and was a giant of a man that in himself made him a threat to others. If they were not able to handle him and control him, they needed to have notified appropriate authorities to help him get controlling him. This is no different than people let their children and animals roam unsupervised and disrupt and destroy the property of lives of others.
That's bullshit, Crawford Citizen, because what property did Junebug destroy? He sat there alone.
Him being there
he
was
sat
a
there
destruction
alone,
for them.
eating his chips. Okay, what if he asked for 50 cents?
He needed
I
medicine.
don't know if he did, but what if he did? Shit, big deal. I could find thousands of people around this city asking for change all the time, and they're white, and they're black, and they're male, and they're female. Come on.
Yes. A liberal
He's
once
not
says,
destroying anything.
Of course. I mean, plus it's wrong to even compare him to a dog anyway. I mean, not foaming at the mouth or anything. Liberal one says, all of this may have been avoided if Kroger management had done the right thing and banned Sammy Davis Jr. from Kroger after the first incident. Kroger is private property. It's not a public park. What it comes down to is Davis shouldn't have been there.
You're right. My reason he shouldn't have been there because of his record. Officer Sutton's terrible record. He shouldn't have been on the police force.
Keep going.
It says here in Macon says, great point. The truth is Kroger didn't have an issue with him being there. If they did, they would have kept him away. Too many on here use that one day as proof, yet they ignore all the problems Sutton has had since day one. The only way we'll never hear from Sutton again is if he stays at a desk. If they ever let him on the road again, we will know it.
And he will catch hell. Guarantee he will catch hell. Very much so.
It says also added, Liver One added, Kroger should have had an issue with Davis based on his past history. He had injured one of their employees, yet they allowed him to loiter on their property and harass their customers. The average person would have feared for his life if charged by someone the size of Davis. Sutton's use of deadly force would have been ruled justifiable even if Davis hadn't dug his fingernails into his neck. I don't know if I...
Yeah. No. He's probably right. But the reason why they would have ruled it that is because they're corrupt too. They're gonna rule in the favor of the cop almost 95% of the time, guaranteed.
That's the problem.
That's the case. GBI is gonna always rule with the cop, whether it's factual or not. It's plain and simple. It's the way it is. But it's gone to the feds now, and again, it's not gonna matter because as long as the guy's on the force, he's being picketed. I'm picketing Rickard, and I'm picketing Chief Burns, and you know what? I'm very close to going for mayor. I'm very close to it. Still thinking about it, but I'm very close.
So what do you think this has done for the city as of now?
You know me. We've talked about this before, my man. I think this was the awakening the city needed. I think it's a very, very proud moment. It's unfortunate that it happened at the expense of the death of a guy.
It's a very what moment?
It's unfortunate that it happened at the expense of a death, but I told this to Cheryl a month or two ago when I talked to her at her house. I said this to her. I said, as hard as it is, Cheryl, think of it this way. I think Junebug will now stand for something bigger than any of us by dying. I said, as much as that's hard to probably fathom and as much as that hurts you to hear, I said, look at it this way. Like, you can be proud to know that your brother
from the mouth of babes
now stands
from the mouth of babes. And that's exactly right.
That's right.
This is, and you know, it's kind of like a weird metaphor.
He's a martyr. He's basically
it's like a weird metaphor in this city. You know, who are the ones that are really famous in the city? The dead ones.
That's true.
In some weird way, that's like true. A 19 connection. That's what I'll call it.
That's right.
The 19 connection.
That's Urban's
How's
little
that?
version.
No, it's you know, you think about the number 19.
Right.
That's we're gonna call it the 19 connection.
The 19 connection. Okay.
When shit like that happens in this city,
that's right.
Where it all's tying in, you know.
That's right. That's right.
It's just like that act you put on in front of the mayor.
Well, it wasn't an act, though.
It was beautiful.
It wasn't an act. I mean,
it wasn't an act.
It was heartfelt.
Look,
but
it
came across like theater. I understand that, which is natural. Look, you talk to a guy who does theater.
Exactly.
I mean, of course, it did come across like theater.
And so many guys carrying guns, they probably thought you could pack a gun, shoot the mayor right there,
right
in front of the guy in France.
Macron, France.
What was his name?
Who? The French guy?
The French
I have no clue. To this day, I don't know.
And he was also
I don't even know how
like
he looks.
manager.
I don't even know how he looks.
I said, oh my, Anthony's doing this shit to the mayor in front of like this mayor from France.
Well, I want him to know. I wanted to know. That guy, at this point, the mayor is worried about every appearance he makes. He's thinking, is that nutcase going to show up? I guarantee it. He has no clue anymore, which is the way it should be, because I'm trying to get to you, Mayor, that you need to resign, Mayor. You haven't fired Chief Burns or Sutton. You need to go. And I'm going to be around and make sure you know that as much as you're in office and as long as you're around.
You have not yet begun to fight.
That's right. I'm the new.
Who said that?
Nathan Hale, right?
Yes.
Was it Nathan Hale or Patrick?
Or
I mix them up.
No, it's Nathan Hale.
I mix up Patrick Henry's famous words and Nathan Hale. And
Patrick Henry is the one that says "Give me liberty" or
"Give me death." And one of the Navy guys said something. Not John Paul Jones. One of those Navy guys had a famous saying also.
It was, I think, no, you're mistaken. Nathan Hale said, "I regret I only have one life to give to my country."
And the one I've not yet begun to fight, I think, was the Navy guy. Admiral whoever. Anyway,
on the next one you gotta wear your top hat. And I'm serious.
No.
And
no. The next one
come out.
As long as it's cherry blossom time, I'm gonna wear this coat. When I'm out there with signs today, I'm gonna wear this jacket.
Did you borrow Cousineau's horse that he's gonna use? And right in there.
So you're wearing that jacket every day?
Well, when I protest, yeah. Of course.
When you what?
When I protest, of course. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, today I'm going out there with my signs down Cherry
When?
Street. Today I'm gonna walk around Cherry Street with my signs and with a jacket.
Perfect.
It's gonna be perfect because when they, you know what they do, guys, out there in Chat World and Viewland, what they do in Macon, 3rd Street Park every day. Well, when it's sunny out, it's not sunny today. During Cherry Blossom, they have free Coca-Cola giveaway and free cherry ice cream. And everybody comes gets free ice cream. So I'm going to walk up and down the street right in front of that area, and that's where.
What time are you going?
Right after the show. I'm going right after the show. After this show ends.
Bring me back?
Yeah, you want to go?
Yo, even if we sit somewhere.
No, we can go. We'll go.
Yeah.
Go with me. We got our tax check back, Heather and I.
You got a what?
We got our tax money back.
Okay.
Our tax check. Yeah, we'll go. I'll buy you a cup of coffee or two.
Oh,
you go walk
perfect.
with me. We'll walk up and down.
Yeah, I would love it.
Yeah, because what I'm gonna do is this: I got to run to FedEx first, which is right up the street from house, and I got to mail Spotty back.
Oh, I got to mail something out too.
And then after that, we'll head right downtown. Cool.
Actually,
Sounds fun.
I got to mail
some
Donnie
news
back his hat.
from the old stomping grounds in Brooklyn.
All
New
right,
York
way to
Times.
switch it here. Derek's going to switch into some more
baby.
stories.
East
Chatters, thanks for
Flatbush.
sticking with us on all this
I know
mess.
exactly what that
It's
is.
Messy Monday.
Yes. Anger in East Flashbook persists over teenagers killing by the police. It says first came the shooting, an armed teenager killed by police officers on a darkened Brooklyn street. Then came the anger, a Monday evening vigil marred by an unruly young mob thrashing its way through local businesses. A second protest the next night and another on Wednesday night of last week, after which the police said someone hit an officer in the face with a brick.
Wow.
Another brick was thrown through a window of a police van, and there were 46 arrests, mostly for disorderly conduct. 2 officers suffered minor injuries. By the time an autopsy of the 16-year-old was released Wednesday last week, and the tension of East Flatbush could be measured by the silently flashing lights of squad cars parked at tight intervals along Church Avenue. For some, the sight of extra police officers meant a potential reprieve in an area troubled by crime. For others, it was anything but reassuring.
Yeah. Wow. And that happened in your area, right, Irvin?
Yes.
Wow.
As the police said, 2 plainclothes officers. Oh, you have the video of it?
Yeah, if you got a video ready, play it.
Come on,
roll that beautiful beat.
See, we got this going. Of course, these big cities always
got it jumping. I look like Anthony.
Where are their pink jackets?
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
Sabuki says, Herb, he was French, so who the fuck cares? He's talking about the French, the guy from France, from Macon. That's
oh my God, that
spoken
was
like a true English.
That's true. That's true. We don't give a fuck about the French.
And
here
did you
either.
see the video
Of what?
of you heckling?
Yeah.
It's almost like poetry, the way it ends and everything.
It's funny. It's funny.
I like how it fades
That's the first time I
out.
saw the video when Ed played it over there for me. Just about
And anyone seen the video, basically the police said that 2 plainclothes officers fatally shot a teenager, Kamani Gray, just before 11:30 p.m. on Saturday. After he brandished a revolver and pointed at them, the police commissioner Raymond W. Kelly said Tuesday that the police had interviewed 3 witnesses, 2 of which said the officers said don't move. And officers then fired 11 shots at the person. 7 bullets hit Mr. Gray, including 3 that entered his body from the rear, according to the New York City office of the chief medical examiner.
It's excessive for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely excessive.
Now, I mean, I'm not going to say, in this case, I'm not going to say that they didn't have a reason to pull guns and possibly shoot, because they do admit the guy pulled out a gun.
Yes.
Unlike Sammy Davis Jr., who was unarmed.
Totally unarmed.
This guy did pull out a gun, this teenager.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna necessarily say that the shooting wasn't justified, but that's excessive for sure. And those shots from the back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could have been done with 2 shots, I'm sure. We are featured.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
Cyber
what's up,
Pete.
who gets just laugh? I refuse to answer. Exactly, Derek. You understand. My hatred of the French is genetic, not personal.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
He's from England, of course.
That's right. And I understand that. I do understand that.
Wow.
That's
Incredible.
the German in me.
The German, yeah.
The half German in me that makes me not like the French. That's what that is.
Oh my goodness.
No, but yeah. So I mean, it's all over the place. The only difference is you know, Irvin, your stomping grounds. You know, shit like that happens in a big city like L.A., New York. The cops are gonna get. It's gonna get more
here's the
physical
thing,
than it got here
shit like that
because
happens
that's
when-
big ass groups of people
When
up
shit
there.
like that happens in New York, it's a big deal.
Of course it is.
Because you're
Of
dealing
course
with,
it is.
10,000
And it's a big deal
people.
here. It should be a big deal here, which is why I'm so frustrated
But
that
you're
nobody
dealing with
gives a
10,000,
shit.
20,000 people.
Right.
As opposed to how many here,
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's just...
barely 100,000.
Yeah. I mean, so and that's the frustration of it is that there's
That
so
was
many people.
100,000 gathering?
No, I mean
10,000.
10,000.
10,000, yeah. That's
Now, he was talking about the 100,000.
The
Talking about the
problems are the
population of
same,
Macon.
but they're just bigger.
Yeah, yeah. But the apathy in Macon is ridiculous. It's just, I mean, look, New York City. This is a case where the kid was armed. The kid they shot was armed, and these people are pissed off about that. Imagine if Junebug's incident happened in a big city like New York or L.A. They would have already done rioting.
Amadou Diallo.
They would have already run. I guarantee they would have
Right,
already
Amadou
rioted
Diallo,
and
you
blown
had,
up shit and burned shit left and right.
That other kid,
Yeah.
the guy that was shot.
Right.
Amadou Diallo was the guy that was shot in a vestibule like 40 times,
Yeah.
and he had a wallet.
Yeah.
You remember that guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
That's how
the-
sharp they
that's-
got involved
That's
with
the
that.
thing about this one in Macon is that this is just so more obvious to me why people should be pissed off about what happened, but a lot are not. And unfortunately, it is. It's a lot of the people that are not pissed off are your white rednecks that do have a racist mentality. I guarantee that's part of it, whether they want to admit it or not. And yet they want to go on there and say everybody's making this about race. Well, look in the fucking mirror. You fucking redneck KKK member. You're the guy who's making it about race because you're the one that's got the problem with the race. You're the one that automatically has the problem with the race.
I gotta shoot him.
That's
He's
right.
somewhere at Kroger.
And that's unfortunately the way a lot of people in the
Yes.
city live and act.
Sometimes
and
people.
behave.
I know a lot of people think if Junebug was white, he probably would at least would have been tased or something.
Well, they didn't have
Worse.
a taser, but yeah, you're right. He would have been sprayed. He would have had backup called before the officer accosted him. He would have called for backup. You know, there was all sorts of shit. We already know that Officer Sutton has a bully mentality. It's obvious in his record. It's obvious in other things we've heard about him. We already know his mentality is that of a bully and that of sort of a dumb, incompetent guy, to tell you the truth. I mean, you know.
We already know, as his sister said, that he knew who Junebug was. Junebug didn't just show off the planet.
Right.
He had been there before. What was the purpose of him going up to Junebug? I mean, this is what we've been saying from the beginning.
That's right.
He knew the guy. Junebug didn't bother anybody. He wasn't going to start with a police officer.
Right.
The guy sat there like, maybe, if you want to say it in plain English, the guy sat there like a lump, eating junk food all day.
Right.
And basically a schizophrenic guy.
Right.
Zoned out in his own little world. And this son of a bitch cop comes and disrupts his life.
Yep.
And then ends it with his reckless behavior.
Yep.
And really, in reality, his bullying.
Right.
Now, the city and the state and the police and Mr. Cook's office, they're all cooking up this stew about how there was justification when from its birth, sir, there was, and everybody else, ma'am, lady, people, Mayor Burns, all you bozos out there, I hope you get this video out, by the way.
Right.
And that is that Junebug was an unarmed man with mental health issues.
That was allowed to sit there by the Kroger management.
Allowed by the
allowed to sit there.
Where everybody knew who he was. He was a staple in that part of the community. That's how Macon is. It's like a big family. All right, there's a guy that I always see. God, this guy's been out here forever. Whatever. He was family. To make it. To make it. To the people of Macon. He was like family. And you got this cop who had really no reason to approach Junebug and give him a hard time, which is what I believe happened. Maybe that morning, Officer Sutton wanted to feel like a hero.
Well, remember what day it was? Instead, it was the day the Mayans said would be the end of the world, too.
And you know what? We go back to that, but as silly as that sounds, folks, that's how stupid some of these guys could be.
That's right.
All caught up in that shit.
Yeah.
And they get crazy. Look, right now they just put me on some medication for my head. I think this guy needed to be on medication. I think having a job like that, first of all, is a lot of stress. But I think this guy was a powder keg. And maybe that has to do with his mental issues, and that let's not ignore that he's got mental issues. But whatever happened, all we know is that you know, first impression is very important.
Oh, it is. You're right about that.
My first impression in all of this has been the cop killed this guy for no reason.
Right.
Why would that impression be there? Because it is what it is. Take a look. Go back to the story. Junebug at Kroger's for how many years?
At least 4. Well, no, he wasn't there from the beginning. That place has been open about 14 years.
Okay.
I remember it opened.
But he was there.
That Kroger came
more
in
than 3 years?
1999. Yeah, he was. I started seeing him around there at least 3 years ago.
Okay.
At least.
Okay.
But remember, I lived in Atlanta. I lived in Decatur for a while. But even when I'd come home to see my mom and stuff and my family here in Macon, I would sometimes see him there. But he was, I would say, Ed, you were out. He was there. How many years did you see Junebug there? Well, you lived out behind that Kroger for what?
I've known him since 2007.
Okay, so Ed knows he at least was sitting out there for 6 years, 5, 6 years.
So he didn't just show up.
Right.
Yeah.
And so why? And that's the question that lingers for 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, officer, for 3 years, where the hell were you?
Yeah.
I mean, were you hiding under a rock that all of a sudden you saw this guy for the first time in your life?
Right.
He knew Junebug. He went up to Junebug, get him out of here. I'm sick of looking at this fat slob every frickin' day. Okay. Get him out of here for today. He'll come back, but I'm going to throw him out of here. Who the hell knows what was running through his head?
Yeah. I'm sure he was bullying Junebug throughout the time before that day. I'm sure he went up and was giving him a hard time.
That's the bottom line. He was giving him a hard time
before that. Yeah.
That's what really stuck in my head. Like, if there wasn't a warrant, what was the reason there was a warrant? I mean, until this 911 caller. But aside from that, someone had to have known about his mental history in order for just to.
Well, 2010 report. The police had a report. They released it themselves. That in 2010 they knew about Sammy Davis Jr. That report says schizophrenic. Remember? It was the report we talked about. So that apparently Junebug pushed a manager in 2010, but they didn't arrest him. They basically subdued him that day and they let him loose
shit out of the woodwork.
Yeah, they are.
Seems like
none of this seems legit.
No, not at all.
And my concern is that just like we would, you've been saying. See, here's the thing. That's what I told your mom. I said this city, Mom, has gotten so bad that desperate times calls for desperate measures.
That's right. Good quote.
And no matter what anybody says, you confronted the mayor.
That's right, and I'm gonna do it again.
At the festival. It's how bad attention this needs to be getting.
That's right.
Where Screw that.
That's right, because I mean,
the city is murdering its citizens.
Right.
We don't live in a fascist pink-colored state.
But we're starting to.
City.
We're starting to.
Yeah, check out the jacket.
Especially this week. Especially this week.
And by the way,
pink down there.
Pink is not always pretty.
No.
Sometimes the color is annoying as shit.
Yeah, like Pepto-Bismol.
That's right.
I mean, sometimes, have you ever been in a pink room?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, kind of,
like,
make it queasy, like you got indigestion.
You know, they say gray. Gray calms you down, right?
Yes.
If you go in a
they
gray
said red
room,
angers you. Red
angers you. What does pink do?
Well, pink is a shade. That's the good point.
Like,
let's dissect pink. Pink is a shade of red, but then it's also a shade of that sort of more calming color, that lighter color. You know, the lighter color. Like white.
It used to be male.
Right. But listen what I'm saying. Pink is a shade of red. So you have to remember, pink always does. See, pink is perfectly a Jekyll and Hyde color. It's a yin and yang color. It has two sides to it. It has the tone of red in it, but then it's got the lighter side that represents the calm. You got the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's what makes this jacket so great also. Let's not even get into the metaphors of what this can mean. You know, hell, we can say the turtle means that Macon is progressing so slowly and is so behind the times. I got a slow animal. Then we can get into
actually two animals. You got a snail and a turtle.
Yeah, right. And then you know the elephant can represent that we are never going to forget about this.
Yeah.
Elephant never forgets.
Or the big elephant in the room that no one doesn't want to talk about.
So this jacket has so many connotations.
Well, it does.
So
it really
many.
does.
You just
Not
don't
only
realize it.
Okay.
That's why
it's
going to be in the Smithsonian
It makes
when
me
I'm
think
dead.
of pink.
It's going to be in the Smithsonian Museum.
No, that is. I'm telling you, that's a beautiful
I told the
jacket.
officer. I did say this to the officer that was arresting me, the young Hispanic one, taking me out of the cop car down there in handcuffs, taking me out of the back seat. I had my sign sitting back there, pointed right towards the cop car's camera inside the back seat. Every cop car here has a camera in the back seat. Had the sign right there, laying there next to me, back seat, and he comes to get me out of the car. I'm being pulled out slowly because my hands are behind my back. Okay. And I said, don't forget my sign. And he grabs it, and I say, that sign right there might end up in a civil rights museum. And then needs to say my sign's now disappeared. I don't have my sign. They took it from me. But anyway, that's okay. I can make it.
Anyway, pink is all over.
Yes.
You want to hear the 19 connection again?
Do it, brother.
Okay, pink.
Brother.
Pink.
Mm-hmm.
Pink Panther. Remember
Yes.
Pink Panther?
Yes.
Okay. My cousin
Henry
just
Mancini.
got in touch with me after 20 years. Guess what my mother used to call her?
Pink Panther?
Yes. We spoke on the phone just yesterday.
She got a hold of you after 20 years, or she got a hold of you
I
after
swear,
19
yep.
years? The
After
story's better if you say
about
19
20
years.
Well, actually,
Because that's the
I'll
19
do the
connection.
calculation. Maybe it's about
19.
that.
That's better.
Or at least
19
even
years, she's the Pink Panther.
At
19
least.
Pink.
At least.
And who is our music, our show music by? Who
What?
wrote? You know who wrote our show music?
Henry Mancini.
Henry Mancini. What else did he write?
The thing
You see what I'm saying? Life imitates art, art imitates life.
There you
And
go.
we are living on the writing edge of that shit.
How about
I
that?
love
How about that?
Yeah, baby, how about that? Celebrate
I was
life.
looking- I was trying to find-
Everything is important. Everything has a purpose. All of us have value. That's the point.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was checking.
Especially you viewers and
Yes,
chatters.
definitely. Speaking
And
of
the morning room.
videos,
That's funny
I was
shit.
checking out the video of the interview of supposedly Officer Sutton. It's which you could find either on my channel, Derek Barrett Films, or on the Morning Roast YouTube channel, which is called Nut House.
Yes.
The
Nut.
And there was a comment that someone left. Obviously, they removed it, but it was like saying that, wow, the people interviewing the guy is rude. Basically, I think they were either talking to either you or Irving.
I was tame compared to Irvin that day. I was stern with this guy that claimed to be Sutton, but Irvin really gave it to him.
Okay, what are we talking about?
The Sutton interview. When
Sutton
Sutton
interview.
called us,
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Irvin really gave him hell. Remember, you were like,
Oh,
"You're
yeah.
a fucking asshole. You're a bully." Irvin
Yeah,
really
yeah.
gave him hell. I was stern in parts, but I think.
Do you? I think that was a hoax.
Yeah, we don't know whether it was him or not. You know, it's still
I kind
cool.
of like the mystery of that.
It's still cool to be, you know, thinking about whether it was, to make it one of those mysteries that continues through the years. But you know, it's what it is. It basically showed how we would have handled it had we really interviewed Sutton, if it was him. So.
And let me tell you, it also showed that people that were desperate to try to get this officer cleared, that they sent this bogus guy to pretend he was him.
Right.
Somebody was involved in all that.
Right.
You know, and when I told,
and we think it was another
City Hall, right?
Right.
And I went up to those 2 police officers. So I said, hey guys, you know, I got a call on my show. This guy pretending to be Officer Sutton. That's how crazy that's getting.
Right.
And the guy looked at me. He's like, I said, dude, this stuff is crazy. I said, but this will not stand. This Junebug thing cannot stand. And I just kind of walked away. You saw the police officer run off with his phone.
Yeah.
The black guy, he's the guy who really likes me.
Yeah.
The white guy kind of knows me, and you know. Yeah. But the black guy's the one that every time he sees me, he's like, oh, what's this all about now? You know.
Right. Let's go to chatters. Sabuki says pink's been proved to be more relaxing than any other color.
So that's why they use it as a color for Pepto-Bismol?
I guess so. And bubble gum. Gamer Girl says in color psychology, pink is a sign of hope. It's a positive color, inspiring warm and comforting feelings, a sense that everything is going to be all right. Interesting.
Donnie Curry says, I just watched the DSS Ustream video, and like his so-called movie, I will never get those 4 minutes back ever.
No.
Let me see that.
Fisher Gamer Girl says, Irv, are you high? No, Irv just woke up late, and he's a little under the medication.
Donnie Curry says,
turn. Three Bear says, official, he may be on meds.
I'm not high, sweetheart. Well, maybe I am. I mean, I'm on medicine.
Fisher Gamer Girl loves it, Irv. She says, lots of positive energy. The link was interesting, side. Thank you. Look, and wow, look at that, Irving. How many viewers? 19.
I love it.
Play that Pink Panther thing.
Better than 0.
Yes. That's right. 14 chatter.
And at 10 o'clock. Didn't we hit the high mark earlier?
Yeah. We were featured.
Yeah, we were featured.
I don't know what the number was. We were featured.
Last time we were like just right on 300.
Let's go 5 more minutes before break since we started late, if you don't mind, guys. So it's 10 o'clock.
Wolf Bite is gone, right?
Yes. The City Bump said something that was interesting. Orange, brown, and red make you hungry. Note the Burger King, Mickey D, KFC, Wendy's logo colors and others.
Yeah, interesting
that is
point.
True.
I always just knew red. I knew red meant anger.
Yeah, because
Wendy's
and Burger King,
red, the color of Mars, God of War.
Yeah, and red all have that red and yellow.
But and of course it's natural to think that colors like this are soothing and are supposed to calm. Yellow's supposed to be a soothing color, you know. But still, it is a shade of red. So red does have the violent tone to it, and it is a shade of red. It's a lighter shade. So.
By the way, next break.
Yes.
I'm gonna run in and start getting ready.
Yes.
That one when we hit downtown.
Yes. Let's do it.
All right.
You can come too, Derek, if you want, but we're going to be walking around and all for a little while.
Yeah.
Then we might grab something to eat after that, but we're going to walk around first with signs. But and Ed, you can go too if you want. It's up to you. I'll bring y'all back. But anyway, we'll talk more about that later after the show.
Actually, I did want to say that today I'm having a quick early rehearsal and also a play that I'm going to be part of.
Tell us. I walked in on you guys. Let me apologize real quick. Let's talk about this before I break. You had your dinner theater play.
Yes.
Did you do it 2 nights this weekend? Or 1?
Just only 1.
How'd it go?
It did
This is the gig I got for Derek,
show.
basically.
It was okay.
This is the gig I was asked to do, and Derek and Derek did it for me because I had to be in Atlanta and do Spider-Man.
It was a nice first day turnout. They say Jacqueline Atkins, who's the owner of Seattle Theater, she said it may be somewhat almost sold out, at least for tonight's show, or definitely for Friday.
Cool.
So it may be a much bigger crowd. Yes, definitely.
So you're working with Jackie?
Yes, doing an act. Yeah, they're doing a little dinner theater thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, I walked in. I was downtown. Well, that was actually that night. I was downtown, and I walked in. I didn't know they had started yet, and I walked in, and then, lo and behold, There comes Johnny Hollenshed, another actor friend, and Derek from downstairs with props. And Derek's got a fishing pole, and he's doing some shit with a fishing pole. Don't give away the mystery. And then Johnny's saying some lines, and I'm like, oh shit! I walked in the middle of their dinner theater. So then I just walked out of there and left. Didn't want to disturb them. But I saw Derek in action with the fishing pole. It's kind of funny. It's like Derek's now has all these connections with fishing. It's like assisted fishing, fishing pole. He's the official fisherman.
It's kind of nice to have something to do, though.
Yeah. So let's go to break, and then Derek's got a really disgusting story for you. Speaking of McDonald's.
Yes, you might not want to. You might want to say we're loving
another rat hat in the sandwich.
Are we ready for break, Ed? When Ed says go, we're going to go to break. It is 10:03, almost 10:04 in the a.m. We're on the Messy Monday edition.
It's 58 degrees outside in Macon, Georgia. It's partly clouded with some showers, with a high of 74 and a low of 56 degrees.
Yeah,
this week, man. We got Tuesday, 71.
High of 74 today?
Yeah.
Oh, please, get me down.
Woo, sing it,
What do we got there?
Introverted.
We are hanging out. Where you going, man? Getting dressed?
Getting my coffee.
All right, Irvin's getting his coffee.
Yes.
This is how this is working here.
I was just checking out these comic cards.
Yeah, the cards. Go ahead. This is the card. Let me preface this. This is the card. They send me a stack of these, stacks and stacks of these. Every time I do these characters for this Marvel company, these are the cards I get to give to the kids and people that come see me at these events, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the cards I hand out. And basically it says Marvel character appearances. It has about 9 different heroes on there and I guess they have costumes for all of these characters that they can choose from.
Wow. Okay.
I know they have. I've never seen the Thing one. I've seen pictures of Spider. I've done the Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's signature on it.
I've done the Spider-Man one, and I've done Captain America. But they do have costumes for an Iron Man and for Thor, who's not on this picture. There is a Thor. But anyway, this is the cards you give out, and then as Ed's showing you, that's the little superhero challenge promise that they want the kiddies to
I'll go ahead and
adhere to.
Marvel Superhero Challenge Promise. I say my name. Promise to challenge myself every day and make the right choices in life. I promise to follow Marvel's Superhero Challenge. I promise to be a buddy and not a bully. I promise to help others whenever I can. I promise to stay in school and learn. I promise not to smoke. I promise not to use drugs. I promise not to use alcohol. And I promise to talk to someone when confronted with a problem.
What the hell's
so
the problem?
help me.
And then you're supposed to sign your name, state your name, and then it's the official autograph underneath that is already Spider-Man.
Yes.
You hit the camera, Edge, but that's okay. So there we go. There's the nice little cards I give out. It was a fun event, though. They love this Spider-Man.
Where'd you get this?
That's what I hand out when I work as Spider-Man and other characters for that company.
Where's mine?
It's right there. I just
right
threw it
there.
to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I got a stack. They sent me a lot of them, but I have to send what's left back.
Leave a couple here. The morning roast.
All right. I got to send some back
somebody
with the costume so I can get my paycheck.
We give them out.
Vorpal not used.
Vorpal Bites says Derek is the new superhero nerd man. Wow.
That's right.
You must have seen my high school yearbook pictures.
That's right. City Bum, how's it going? Let's do roll call real quick. City Bum.
Prom, Donnie, Carey, Graybeard, Rosalind, Nicole. How you doing, Rosalind? We have Fisher Gamer Girl, Vorpal Bite. We have Groove, Slomio, LWR Ventures.
And we have some guests.
We have Cool Guru and Numpet.
There we go. Welcome everybody to the Morning Roast. This is on Blog TV. For now, we hear Blog TV is sold
to you now or something.
I got a place City Bum told me about. I'm going to check out.
I'm trying to figure out how
City Bum's helping us out. Thank you. Thank you everybody for helping us out. I'm trying to find another.
Saibuki and Three Bears are left earlier. So
Saibuki always leaves around now. He takes the kiddies or gets the kiddies from school.
We're live from the Nut House. It's 10:16 a.m. in Macon, Georgia. It's 58 degrees. We're partly clouded with some showers, with a high of 74 and a low of 56.
Yes. Before we go to this Derek Barrett story that's going to disgust you, this is a segue for it. We're gonna do eat your words because you're not going to want to eat what Derek tells you about after this.
Yeah.
So let's do eat your words real quick. This is where we talk about some criticism made by one famous person to another famous person concerning their work. Today we're going to do Voltaire, you remember old Voltaire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Voltaire's opinion of the poem Ode to Posterity by Jean-Jacques Rousseau. He's very simple and to the point. Voltaire says, I do not think this poem will reach its destination. It's an ode to posterity, and Voltaire thinks it's not going to reach posterity.
I see.
There we go.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I'll put that on the Facebook page. Please like our Morning Roast Facebook page.
Yes, definitely.
Whether you do or not. That's what all the kids are doing nowadays, liking stuff, even though they don't.
That's true.
Ustream, we are
By
talking
the way,
about other places
have
to
you
go.
guys figured out what the new format is going to be and how good it's going to be?
Ed just said that City Bum pointed him in the direction of something, and he and City Bum are working something out.
Somebody mentioned Ustream.
They said Ustream. They said YouNow. Somebody mentioned something else called. Oh yeah, Urac. I was over at Urac's place.
We're gonna check out Vaughn.
There's also one Urac told me about, guys, called FreeDoCast. Chatters, you guys know about FreeDoCast?
Well, most of the people from Blog are going to Vaughn now.
Are they?
Yeah,
Okay.
their followers are going with them. You
Okay.
can just do it the same way.
Vaughn, V-A-U-G-H-N. All right.
Okay, that's
well,
great.
thanks, Urac, anyway. But for you guys want to figure out or find out about something else, Urac said there was something called FreeDoCast. F-R-E-E-D-O-C-A-S-T. And he was trying to tell me about that one night, going, maybe you guys want to check into that. We'll see, but it looks like we're all going to Vaughn. So
Well, I said YouTube.
Donnie
Live.
Curry says Vaughn sucks. Here goes the battle, the online battle now.
So YouTube Live have something. Well, that may be a little more closer to home. Okay.
Right.
Let's see.
We're basically going to go where you guys want us to go, chatters, because you're our audience. You guys are what makes this show what it is. You guys are what makes us love coming here every morning.
Why
to
can't
do
we
this.
just stay on Yes Now? What's wrong with it?
You mean YouNow? Everybody's talking about YouNow sucks.
Yeah,
These guys
Graybeard
have more
says-
experience. These guys and girls out here have more experience than we do with this. They've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, Graybeard says YouNow is the MySpace
Well,
of
maybe
blogging.
the gelling of
Yeah.
Blog
Yeah, see,
TV
Gamer
with
Girl,
Yes
Real Beg
Now
Letters.
is good.
One of your biggest fans are Gamer Girl, Real Beg Letters says not you now.
Plus, I'm kind of...
City Bob thinks, though, it's actually better than Blog TV. But anyway, we'll go where you guys decide, and, you all like to go.
How is it
Ed's
better than
working it
Blog
out.
TV, City Bum?
Yeah, I guess he wanted to give...
Oh, he means Vaughn is. Vaughn is. Okay, not you now. Vaughn is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Graybeard says you now is troll friendly.
Definitely troll friendly, but especially when they have that gong show effect. So, no, that doesn't
Yeah,
sound
I
like
mean that's what scares me about that too. I mean, I don't have to worry about that. I just want to have a show to where we do what we like to do. If you want to be along for the ride, join us. If you don't, click off and go to something else.
Yes.
But don't tell us
You
we
know,
can't
hopefully
keep doing what we want to do.
And hopefully there's some
You
sponsors
now
that
people
want to come
can
and
vote
sponsor
you
us.
off
or
the air.
endorsements. Yeah.
What's that?
You now people can vote you
I know,
off
that's
the
what we were just talking about. That's right. So speaking of places you don't want to go,
yes,
let's do this story. Do the warning first.
Yes, if there are any people with children or who have weak stomachs, please do not.
Or you're eating breakfast right now.
Yeah,
Specifically, if you're eating a McDonald's breakfast.
Yes, you need
stop eating, leave the room, turn off the computer.
Make sure you check for condoms.
That's right.
Yes.
So here we go.
Yes, definitely. This is a wing dang doodle of the morning right here. There's a suit alleges child ate condom found at McDonald's. Here in Chicago. Wow. A lawsuit against McDonald's alleges a child ate a used condom he found in the play area in one of the chain's Chicago restaurants. The suit was filed Wednesday on behalf of Anishi Spencer and her two sons, who were 3 and 2 years old, respectively, at the time of the alleged incident in February of 2012. The mother alleges the 2-year-old coughed up a piece of condom and that both children required medical treatment. The suit accuses McDonald's of failing to remove harmful debris from an area used by children. McDonald's said last Thursday that it was investigating. It added a statement that providing a safe, clean environment is a top priority. The woman's attorney, Jeffrey Deutschman. Jeffrey Deutschman. Excuse me.
Deutsch. I know that word for sure.
Jeffrey Deutschman says he tried for months to get a settlement but got no response.
So basically that name is, let me go up here real quick. This has nothing to do with the story other than his name. So basically Deutschman means German man. That's what he is. His last name is German man because Deutsch is German. That's what that is.
Ja, Jeffrey.
German man.
German man. Yeah.
So guys, you're damn right I would be suing. I'm not a big
Maybe
fan
we
of
could get on German television.
Yeah, they would love us. Just like the French TV would love us if we got on French television. No, I'm not a fan of all these frivolous lawsuits, but this is not a frivolous lawsuit. I would be suing too if I was his mother, because you know what? That shows that when they cleaned up that morning before they opened to the public, their workers didn't bother to go clean up the playground area. They didn't go bother to check the playground area for anything. Had they done that, those condoms would have been found before the kids even gotten there to play. Right? That really shows that nobody was even taking care of that play area. They were in there maybe mopping the bathroom floors and around the counter and the seating, but they didn't go out to the playground. No, I'm talking about before they opened, Irvin. I'm talking about when they were preparing to open their doors, they did not thoroughly clean that place, which is obvious. Wow. How do you not see a condom laying in a playground? Yeah. In an enclosed playground.
Well, I am not loving it.
At night, it could have been dark.
No, but I mean, still, that's the responsibility of the workers there and the manager to tell those workers to go out that playground,
which means
do a quick
somebody
sweep
was
of the area.
Playing on that ground.
They were.
Someone
they were playing for sure because they said it was used condom.
Banging him on the.
Somebody was playing
on the seesaw. Or whatever
I wonder if Grimace and Ronald were going at it the night before. Maybe Fry Guy was in on it.
That's
we know what the Hamburglar was trying to burgle.
Here's a young here's a young couple.
We don't know that they're young. It could have been like a 75-year-old
wait a minute.
couple.
Let me finish my story.
Allow
me to have my own authorship of what occurred that night.
That's a great line. When somebody interrupts you, that's a great line, Irvin. I'm going to use that. Allow me to have my own authorship of my... Okay, go.
Of the events that took place.
Okay.
You had a couple who were a little high.
Maybe.
So they go to McDonald's.
Maybe.
To
while
get fed.
While they're closed. Oh, you mean while they're open?
Well, this is because, look, while they were open, the condom was there, which means it probably happened not the night before because they didn't come and clean up.
That's my
but
point.
Maybe possibly
bad management.
The night before that, right?
No, I think bad management. I think this particular McDonald's, the manager has his workers clean the inside of the restaurant, but does not send them out to the playground. Just goes, leave the playground. Nobody's got mess out there.
I'm still authoring my story.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Anyway, you had this couple that went in.
Right.
2 days before.
Okay.
They were hungry. They were high.
Right.
They buy some McDonald's food.
Okay, if you're getting that
then they go and sit down and eat it. Then the girl gets, and I'm going to say the girl. The girl gets a memory when they're looking at the children's center. And then the kid got it too. And they said, let's go out there and sit. So they get up and they walk over there. And now they're there.
Through the doors.
And they go into that children's area.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay?
That's right.
Now the next thing, they start thinking about how, as children, they would hang out there.
Right.
Next thing you know, the guy looks over, and he looks at the girl, and he wants to bang her now. Because it's kind of a sexy, weird shit happening there, where their childhoods are meeting.
Why weren't they wearing a pink jacket? No.
Well,
anyway, don't want to shit. Go ahead.
So they start banging in the kids' area.
Right.
And the guy's like, we got to clean up right away. And he pulls his shit off and throws it on the ground. And they run off. And then nobody noticed them doing that.
That's right.
That's really
so you kind of think it's a McDonald's version of the Mile High Club. In which you're in a plane and you go there with your honey and you have sex real quick in the bathroom.
A pea didn't fall out of a plane.
No.
They had sex in that freaking place.
Okay.
And it happened at a moment when nobody knew they were around. It could have happened at night. But don't they usually lock up those places at night?
Okay. Well, go ahead. all right, D.H. Lawrence, that's your sex story. Can I authorship my story now?
I mean, does it make sense?
It makes sense.
Where
But
did the comment
let
come
me
from?
give you my story, and then if Derek wants a
Mixed
story,
stackers.
he can make a story. And Chatters, you can tell a story. Here's my story that I may authorship real quick, and I'm going to do the damn Dr. Seuss quick version. I'm not going to do this like 500-page thing. I think maybe this happened. I think that the night before, when they had the crew in there closing up and cleaning up, I think a couple of the workers, I think little old Bobby and little old Susie that both work at McDonald's, they cleaned up and they were closing up.
And then they
And
started
they went
working
outside.
that
They went outside, I think, got
Right.
some time to be there alone, and went outside into that playground in the wee hours of the night. We, as in Fry Guy, wee hours, and they did it instead of just some outside people doing it. How about 2 workers at McDonald's did it? Hell, we did that story on here about that movie Compliance, right? Where they made the guy pulled the prank, called the manager, made the
That's
young
true.
worker get stripped down, and all that shit
So
happened
why
to
would
her.
this be so?
Well, hell, maybe this is that kind of McDonald's. You know, maybe we had some kinky people there. So I think maybe that's what happened, is that the workers there, a couple of workers were doing it. You know, maybe they date, they both work at McDonald's, or maybe they're just keen on each other. What do you think? Anybody? Next
Yeah, I
story?
wouldn't be surprised. I mean, do they have that little ball thing, playground, sandbox type thing where, like some playgrounds do? I mean, I know they have that little swing set and stuff like that. But, I mean, it depends on what part of the, I guess, what part of the playground did they find?
I'm wondering that
condom?
too. I wonder if it was hanging off the little like squirrely slide or whatever. Or I mean, I haven't been in one of those playgrounds, you know, because my kids, we don't really eat at McDonald's. I don't feed them that crap. So my kids don't go there. I mean, we do go to Chick-fil-A sometimes, and Chick-fil-A has a play area also. And my kids play in the Chick-fil-A playground area. But you know, other than that, we don't go to McDonald's and Burger King and all that shit. So hey.
You don't like horse meat?
Huh?
Or poop burgers?
No, I mean, I've eaten it before. I mean, you guys know I used to bring some breakfast to the show before from McDonald's to us. Remember those little?
Oh, by the way, I just need to let everybody know, when we get somebody in here, when they get kicked,
Yes.
I go back to their page and I ban them.
Okay.
So they can't come back.
That's how Ed handles it. See, don't mess with Ed. Ed's the official morning roast bouncer.
Yeah.
He's
No,
our
I trust
bouncer.
them to bounce people, except we bounce.
No,
some
but
other
you're our
people.
bouncer.
They bounce some
He
people
looks
that
like a
shouldn't have
bouncer.
bounced, so.
Right. Well, who was this guy going off about Chef of the Future about my
Dick Rash.
whatever. That's funny. That's funny. Chef of the Future apparently was saying stuff too.
Yeah, Vorpal says there's gonna be sweet love making it make
That's
playgrounds.
right. That's right, baby.
Oh, by the way, you're,
Let's do the
you're-
McNasty.
You're a celebrity
The
now in the
McNasty.
Thunderdome.
Am I?
Yeah, they all saw you.
Well, I'm glad I'm a celebrity. This is the side of town that you want to be. You want to be
Pretty
liked.
fly for a white
No,
guy.
as I'm saying, you want to be liked in this side of town. If
Yes.
you're liked on this side of town, if I happen to have to walk down these streets at midnight because my car broke down, I'm a white guy that they're not going to mess with.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to say, "Oh, he's cool. He's the guy that's standing up for this shit." So I'm okay with
Stand
that.
up against a man.
That's right. I'm okay with that. I can be liked over here in the Thunderdome, and even if I wear this jacket. Anyway, it's the
Good
morning
man.
crotch. You must be killed before Blog TV merges with You Know.
Oh.
You Now. Okay,
Did
Dick
you
Rash,
see the
thank
story?
you. Which one?
Yurak sent this.
Oh, let's do it. Yurak from the Cat Cave
College
reporting.
instructor fighting bacteria banned from McDonald's.
Ooh. Ugh.
Ooh.
Want to read this, Derek?
Do it. Derek,
right.
you want to read? Cut it
Yeah,
down, of
he's-
course.
he's
It looks
got
like a
no breath.
long-ass
Okay.
story. Try
Okay.
to cut it.
Boy, the trolls are out
Chandler resident Aaron Carr Jordan got a morning surprise from McDonald's this week, and there were no eggs or muffins involved. It was a 7 a.m. hand-delivered letter from a lawyer prohibiting her from setting foot in 8 Valley McDonald's and threatening her with criminal trespassing charges if she did. The mother of 4, a college instructor with a doctorate in developmental psychology, is in an unrelenting national crusade to clean up fast food play areas, claiming the pathogens she found in them threaten children's health.
Wow.
Wow, the incident she believes spurred the late lawyer's letter happened during one of her repeat visits to a Gilbert McDonald's. She said that she discovered an antibiotic resistance Staphylococcus aureus, or MRSA, known to cause potentially life-threatening infections in the restaurant's play plates. Carr Jordan, age 36, said she told the manager what she found, approached the customers with children, and urged them to wash and sanitize their hands before they ate. When she observed a youngster licking the equipment, Cara Jordan said she told the manager he should close the play area. At that point, it was dangerous, she said. I was very assertive. I put on my big girl voice, but I did not yell. I can't imagine knowing there were MRSA and not doing anything. I make no apologies for what I did.
Kind of like Anthony.
Wow. I wish she would have went to that one. I hope she went to that other McDonald's where they found the condom. She probably would have went ballistic.
Anyway.
I love it. Gamer Girl says Mick Pink Tacos.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that was okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
kind
it connected. Yeah, thank you, Urek, for that.
Yeah, Mickey D's, Kev Flynn, 82. That's just right. Mickey D's can be Mick Nasty.
It is Mick Nasty for sure.
Yes.
Woo! City Bomb says, Ed, there's a code you can type in the chat to ban them.
I did it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I got it.
I'm just reading without saying.
No, I've been reading it.
I'm reading without.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Rosalind says, I'm hungry, but I'm not sure what I want. Well, don't go to McDonald's, Rosalind. I'll tell you that.
Actually, I wanted to talk to you about that. What are we doing downtown?
Well, we're gonna do some
me
protesting.
to lunch?
Yeah, but we're gonna walk around with some signs first.
Okay.
You gotta keep in mind, man. My main reason going down there is to protest some.
Okay.
But what we'll do is we'll sit instead of doing a lot of walking because of your breathing and all.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll walk a little bit, grab food, and do you mind grabbing it maybe to go? Or just like sit outside somewhere, and if it's still sunny, if the rain stops, we'll sit.
Let's do, Nick.
We'll sit.
I want a sandwich.
Yeah, we can do that. But then let's move over to Cherry Street with the sandwich and just kind of sit there at the park with our signs.
Fine.
That way we can eat and the signs are still
I'll just sit there, eat.
And we can eat and hold the sign.
And then I'll walk around, but you know I can't walk.
Yeah.
You want to see my feet, it'll freak you
I'm
out.
not going to take you crazy places.
I got elephantitis feet now.
Ugh, don't show me.
Yeah, because of
elephants.
A lot of my health issues are related to slowing of my metabolism.
We'll handle that when we leave. Yeah, but just keep in mind the real reason I'm going down there is I want to protest. I do want to have my signs. Whether we stand in one space holding signs, I'm fine with that. I just want to have my signs. Yeah.
Even on your old place, I kind of like that area.
Yeah. Anyway, we can stand at 3rd Street Park, right there, Cherry and 3rd. We can stand there. We can. As long as my signs are seen and they see me doing it, we can still have our lunch, eat, converse, have a good time, talk to people.
Perfect.
It'll work out. And you're invited, Derek, but you said you got rehearsal, right?
Yes.
He's got rehearsal. He's got rehearsal. But,
I got rehearsal.
But yeah, so what are
right there, ain't it?
What are the chatters? Shadows is right next to Roasted. You're rehearsing at Shadows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chatters, I think we all agree McDonald's, back to this story, is nasty anyway. Now, in all honesty, this is a good scenario too. That maybe neither your story, Irvin, or my story is what happened. It wasn't 2 lovebirds that went and did it, and it wasn't 2 workers. Most likely, somebody went by there at night, just did it in the backseat of their car with their honey or whoever, and probably drove through the parking lot of McDonald's for whatever reason, or did it in the parking lot of McDonald's in their car, and then afterwards took the condom and threw it over the fence into the playground. That's a scenario too.
That
That's
makes
more like
a lot more sense.
Because it seems like it was probably thrown there from outside instead of actually happening from someone being in McDonald's and going through the door into the playground area. But who knows? We don't know. They haven't even caught the culprit. It's disgusting.
Who knows?
It's disgusting, and I would be suing. And the other story, as Urek just sent us, those playgrounds are just bacteria breeding grounds. That's what they are, man. They breed them, right? Nasty children, slobbering and all that other shit on it. Puking and throwing up and peeing in their pants.
Well, here...
What you got? You got something else going on? What you doing? You got to give us another story? Give it to us.
Yes,
Derek.
I got one.
We're jumping all around here. We still got to do Wordsmith. It's 10:35, almost 10:36.
It's from CNN.com and also via
BlackManVent.com.
Yes. 2 teens found guilty in the Steubenville rape case in Steubenville, Ohio. So 2 teenage boys were convicted in an Ohio rape case that gained worldwide attention because of and through the use of social media.
There you go.
In a trial that divided a football-crazed Rust Belt town, Trent Mays, age 17, and Malik Richmond, age 16, were both found guilty of raping an allegedly drunk 16-year-old girl. The case of the 2 Steubenville football players attracted the attention of bloggers and even the loosely organized hacking group Anonymous, who questioned everything from the behavior of the football team to the integrity of the investigation. Judge Thomas Lips announced his decision after reviewing evidence presented over 4 days of testimony in the case against Mays and Richmond, who were tried as juveniles. Mays was also found guilty of disseminating a nude photo of a minor.
Wow.
The ruling brings an end to a trial that gained media attention for its lurid text messages, sex phone pictures, and videos, and social
Cell
media.
phone pictures.
Cell phone pictures.
You said sex phone pictures.
Oh,
I was
sorry.
like, what?
Excuse
Sex
me.
phone?
Cell phone.
Okay.
Excuse me. Cell phone pictures. I not the enunciate.
Tells you
Cell
where
phone
your
pictures.
mind is at right now.
And videos and social media.
Sentadoras. Doritos.
Okay, social media posts surrounding the sexual abuse of the girl. The victim was not in the courtroom when the ruling was read, but her mother gave a statement after the judge's ruling. She says, "Human compassion is not taught by a teacher, a coach, or a parent. It is a God-given gift instilled in all of us," the victim's mother said after the court was adjourned. "You displayed not only a lack of this compassion, but a lack of any moral code."
There you go.
The woman said her daughter will persevere and move on, adding that she has pity for Mays and Richmond.
Welcome to jail, Mays and Richmond. They
Yeah.
don't like your type in there.
Nope.
No, they don't.
No,
Wow.
they didn't.
Yeah, that I remember that case. When that for how many years has that been going on?
Well,
When did that first? What year did that happen? What year did the actual rape happen?
they
Was it
didn't-
2008, 9? Oh no, it wasn't that long ago.
No, because
doesn't say.
no, it didn't say the specific year. But I'm
I think it
guessing-
was at least 2 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe a year. Yeah, I think 2 years ago.
Says that the victim was the 28th and final witness in a trial that has shown unwelcome spotlight on Steubenville, a down on the luxe town of 18,000 plus residents along the Ohio River, and the Steubenville high school football team known locally as Big Red.
It says further down that the girl believes she had been drugged the night of the assault. The allegation the witness said she did not believe because the girl lies about things. So,
Well, I did
things
want to
going
bring
on.
the story up because it involves sports. I've been thinking about it for a couple of days, and of course, when the verdicts came down, a lot of it has to do with what we're the medium that we're in.
Right.
And what do you guys think about the guilty verdicts that went down on those kids in Steubenville?
That's what Derek just read.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I know what you read, but
Right.
the point I want to bring out is, what do you guys think about all of it? Because it involves society.
Of course.
It involves multi-social media.
Sports.
Sports.
Yes.
It involves, again, boy,
Which you've
girl.
said on this show many times. Let me
Right.
say, no matter the level of sports, these athletes think they're invincible.
Right.
They think they're Superman.
Right.
They think they can get away with anything. Even though this is a smaller level, this
Right.
is down-home sports, football, in a small
but
city,
here's the
small
thing:
town.
that smaller level became a big level. It's
That's
kind of
right.
like what happened with Junebug.
That's right.
That lowest denominator becomes the
Right.
spark of
Right.
interest.
Something bigger.
And
Well, I mean, it happens. I mean, it's unfortunate that it happens, that people don't have enough sense and respect for other people. That
These
they,
young
that,
kids,
that
what do
they,
you- what do
that
you
they
think
cannot
about the
control
culture?
their libido, that they are just so crazed and horny that they think it's their right to push themselves on anybody, man or woman, whatever.
And
To
especially
push
now that-
yourself on them and think that you have a right to have
Right.
sex with them.
And
I mean,
not
that's
only
just a mental issue.
put it on a social media
Right.
network such
I mean,
as
stupid. It's
Facebook and
Steubenville,
whatever.
but they should call it
that it's
Stupidville.
kind of normal for them.
Right.
So what do you think
Mhm.
about that? That it's normal for these kids to
Right.
do this kind of stuff. Isn't that kind of crazy? I mean,
Well,
have
it's
they-
not normal. It shouldn't be normal, but you're right. To some of these idiots, they think it's okay. They think it's okay.
It's a joke.
I mean, you don't. That's the main thing about it. Is you know, and we all make mistakes and stuff, and we've done this before. Luckily, you know, it didn't happen this way. Luckily, everybody was still like willing to owe up to it. But people do have sex when they're drunk sometimes. You meet out in clubs and bars. You know, there's one night stands. That stuff happened. Hell, I'm guilty of that in my past, a long time ago. But the thing about it is as a good example, just don't. I mean, they say these guys actually drugged her. We don't know that. We weren't there. But they say that she was drugged, so she was basically pointed out as a target. But let's say she wasn't drugged, and let's just say everybody was drinking, having a good time, and the girl just put her guard down because she had so much to drink. Guys, still, come on now. Think about that. Think about what you're doing. Think about if a girl is so messed up, do you really even want to have sex with that person? I mean, do you want to have sex with somebody that's going to be just sloppy and most likely it's not going to be very good anyway? You know, they're going to be a dead fish. They're going to be sitting there passed out, half passed out. Come on, guys, have some more sense. I mean, if the girl likes you and you really like them, meet up with them again another day. Wait till you both sober up. Meet up with them next week. Talk to them when you're sober.
Well,
Find out if the
talking
girl
about
really
teens.
likes you. See if the girl really likes you to where it leads to that. Don't just take these people home and sleep
You're
with
talking
them.
about a bunch of teens getting together.
Yes.
There's
I
no
know.
supervision.
No sense.
And no
the
sense.
mentality, I'm a hero around here. I'm on the football team. I'm invincible. Right. Right. But
And I was a teen also. I've seen
Yeah.
shit
Yeah.
happen during
I know.
that time.
I know. But I mean, it just doesn't make sense because, but that's why I do believe the girl. In this case, I do believe the victim when she says she was drugged, because I could see that being the mentality of Steubenville.
Well, even according to
these
reports, she didn't even
teenage
know
boys.
that she was violated.
Right.
She
I
didn't
mean,
even realize what had happened.
She had to be pretty messed up.
Yes.
Just guys, have respect for people. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna have sex with somebody, find somebody that's a mutual partner that is okay with it. You know, don't take advantage of people that are a little under the influence of something. Come on.
Right.
I mean, this is what happens to it. This is exactly what
Mm-hmm.
happens. Because even if she was, let's say she was drunk. Let's say Irvin. Let's say she was drunk and she did okay the sexual relationship. Let's say that. It still's not going to turn out good for the guys like it didn't, because 9 out of 10 times when somebody screams rape, they're going to believe who?
It's right.
That's the woman. That's right. So they should have had more sense about that too, really. What are the chatters saying? They're probably
Well,
going
most
off on
of them,
this one.
they didn't really penetrate them with their penises, according to.
What? Well, how do you know that? Really?
Well, the report is with their fingers, their hands. That's what the report was. They violated her with their hands.
Wow, I didn't know Gamer Girl saw the video. See, I haven't seen the video. Have you seen the video, any of you? She says that you see him dragging her around on the video.
There was a picture of her that
And
they
someone
showed
said
on
in the video,
CNN.
if this was your daughter, wouldn't you be pissed? And the one kid dragging her laughed and said, no. If this is my daughter, I would just let her be dead. These kids' heads are blown up so big because of the small town mentality. They think, thank you, official Gamer Girl. Yes, I agree.
Mhm.
Urac says, we had to have training about this before we would have shore leave in a strange port. Urac says, hell, we had to have training about how to brush your teeth. That's right. I agree, Urac. Thanks, Ed.
Oh,
So-
that's because the picture I just put up.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway,
Now,
well,
preface the picture.
I'll go ahead and preface the picture. Basically, it was something that I recently found. It was a story. It was kind of creepy, and it was basically about this show, this mini series
Bible.
called The Bible, which has been getting record
I'm
number.
looking at that.
Your record number hits viewers on the History Channel. Had over 10 million viewers.
Starring Barack Obama.
Yes.
Wow, that's wild. I didn't hear about this. When was
Yes.
this on?
This was
Keep
on last
brother.
night, on Sunday nights on the History Channel. They've been playing it so far this past month, parts of the Bible. And the story is whether or not, why does the devil in the Bible series
Wow.
look like President Obama?
Who set this story? This is a great story.
Yeah.
Urac. This is awesome. I didn't know about
Yes.
this. I'm looking at the
He looked like
picture.
he would be his father, no?
Well, that actor's just got himself a great resume booster.
I am your father.
Now, look, he got him a great resume booster right now off of this, man.
Oh, yes. Sunday's evening episode, last night's episode of the History Channel hit series The Bible, threw up in an awkward coincidence when viewers noticed that Satan bore a remarkable resemblance to President Obama. Twitter exploded into life during the airing of the latest edition of the Mark Burnett-produced series, Who Gave a Survivor? With
And
most,
The Apprentice.
Oh, yes. With most noting the striking similarities between the 44th president and the
Wow.
devil played by the actor Mehdi Ouzani. The show has been a surprise hit with the ratings, with the religious miniseries attracting 13.1 million viewers on Wednesday, topping television Leviathan American Idol's record of 12.8 million viewers on Wednesday.
Wow.
The same day. Wow. Right-wing commentator and radio host Glenn Beck first pointed out the eerie similarity on Saturday, tweeting, anyone else think the devil in hashtag the Bible Sunday or History Channel is exactly like that guy. Others
Wow.
are simply struck by the clear physical match.
That is.
Wow.
I can see that. We can see the implications that are being made with that by the producers, director, casting director.
You think that was a
I don't
Freudian
think it
slip?
was
No. I don't think it was Freudian at all. I think it was a purpose.
A purpose?
A purposeful slip. I think that they
They purposely.
Yes, I do. If you look up Mark Burnett, I bet Mark Burnett is pretty conservative right wing guy. I don't know now. I'm guessing. Maybe Chatters will know. I would guess that Mark Burnett. Who else is pretty anti-Obama that Mark Burnett is friends with? Can you figure it out?
Donald Trump.
There you go.
From The Apprentice.
Thank you. Derek figured it out.
He's the
Donald Trump.
He's
very
the Antichrist.
Very anti.
I try to.
Mark Burnett did this show, right? I
He
guarantee.
produced it, right?
I guarantee when they did the casting for this show, they had the casting call, or agents were sending out headshots. They saw this guy. What was his name? Meki Ozama.
Ozami.
This guy. They looked at him and go, "Man, he looks like the president." Wow, let's make him the devil. Let's make him the devil. Let's hire. I guarantee that's what happened.
Yeah.
There's no Freudian slip about this. This was outright blatant. I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
Yes.
It's a pretty wild story, though. I like it. I like stuff like that because I like when people throw shit in the
The
start
44th
like that.
president could be Satan.
And the thing about it is,
I wonder if they have one of like Romney or.
no, they're not going to pull out
Is
Romney.
there-
I mean,
Romney.
they're not
He lost
pulling
his
out
election.
Romney looking
No, but they're not
He
going to.
lost
But no,
the
they're not
election.
pulling out Romney anyway because Burnett and Trump are buddies, and they're more on the right side. They're more on the Republican conservative side. This is obvious that this was done for that reason. Come on, guys. You are not going to tell me
No
that
doubt.
nobody was thinking this guy looked like President Barack Obama when they were casting this. No way. I'm not going to believe it. I'm not going to.
I love it.
I do too. Hell, they need to make him the new bad guy in the next Star Wars films. They
I
can throw
wouldn't be
his ass in
surprised.
there, man.
I wouldn't be surprised.
We'll call him Darth Broke.
Oh my goodness.
Darth
Oh
Broke.
my goodness, it's so messed up.
Darth Broke. Because we're all broke. Anyway.
Wow.
Just messing around. It's 10:49, 20 seconds. Well, a little less than 20 seconds. It's the Messy Monday edition. Derek Barrett, Anthony Harris, Urban Martinez making us karaoke. Ed Einbeiner making us look good, sound good, putting all these cool little pictures and videos up for us. We are here we're going to go about 10 minutes after 11 since we started late.
Sure.
So
Yes.
Sounds good.
we still
It's
got
only,
wordsmith.
it's only 61 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia, with a high of 74 and low of 46. But keep your umbrellas just in case.
That's right, baby.
Oh, so it is going to rain?
It's already been raining.
It's been raining.
It's been raining. When I got here, it was raining, Irvin. Welcome to reality. Let's talk about something else funny, guys. We can't forget this, Ed. You ready?
Wow, here we go.
There was a parade for cherry blossom this Saturday. I wasn't here. I wasn't here, but you guys were, but you didn't go. Derek went with Chloe. Or
Well,
Chloe
my
went.
sis- yeah,
Chloe is.
Chloe
You went?
No, I didn't.
Chloe
my,
went.
my sister went with
Well,
me.
you guys, did you hear what happened to the meth in the morning vehicle? Oh, you didn't hear this, Irvin? This is great. Irvin, get the picture.
Give me some new news.
The meth in the morning vehicle is like a 1960 something Chevy or something. I don't remember what car it was. In the parade, this is the Mix in the Morning show, our competition. This is Rick Knight, Gary Thigpen, and all that crew. They're in the parade Saturday. They're in their open car. It's like a 67 Chevy or something. I don't know. They're in their open car. On the side of the doors is the Mix in the Morning logo. Well, guess what happens in the parade? Their car breaks down in the middle of the parade. Their fucking car breaks down. I'm not shitting you. I am not shitting you.
You're right, I'm loving it.
Put the picture up. Get the picture of Gary Thigpen, and it looks like Rick Knight and another black guy behind the car pushing it down the street.
Pushing it.
Get that picture. There it is.
No shit.
Yes.
Isn't that Daryl Jackson too?
I don't know. Is it? It's just the black
Looks
guy.
like it.
But that's Gary Thigpen right there with the sunglasses on, and I think that's Rick Knight in the middle.
With the hat. It's a hat.
And who's driving it?
Looks like Gail Daniels. Almost.
Is it?
A little bit.
Gail Daniels. So there you go. Mix in the morning. They can't even keep their shit going.
I told you not to use that stuff as a fuel. Anyway,
I got a request, Ed. Yeah, that's right, Derek. That's a good one.
Wow.
I got a request. You know what you got to do, man.
Adam Sandler, piece
No.
of shit.
You know what you got to do. You know what you got to do.
That's freaking
You've got to
awesome.
do. You've got to do 3
Ed,
things.
can you send that to me?
You got to do. You got to do 2 things, Ed.
Please, Ed.
You got to do 2 things. We got to make with this. You got to put the 3 of our heads on there, pushing that car instead.
It's too small.
See, make the black guy Derek. Make me
man.
Rick and make Irvin Gary. Put our big heads on there, smiling. So that'll mean something. We're pushing them over the edge. We're pushing them over. Photoshop that car at the edge of a mountain. You hear me, Ed? So that the car's like going to be pushed, and then us pushing the car over the mountain. Do that for me.
Perfect.
Can you? Come on, wouldn't that be
Ed
awesome?
can do anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Put the car on a mountain, have us push it over.
I
and then,
think that's Daryl Jackson.
And then the second request, Ed, is leave those guys in the picture, put our logo on the door of the car, and then put Irvin's face in the driver's seat smiling like he's driving. Come on, Ed. Come on, buddy.
Well,
Because then it looks like they're pushing us and making us go because we're better than them and they're pushing our car.
I
love
just
it.
want that picture so I can
awesome.
put it on my Facebook.
I put it on your wall.
I think Urax sent it to me
Thank you.
originally. Somebody sent
Wow.
it to me last night, and I was laughing my ass off when I got home from doing Spider-Man in Atlanta. I was like, man, that is classic.
Okay. I
That
do
is
have
classic.
a little. Well, speaking of that and the sports, I do have some sports that.
Do the quick sports, brother.
Okay. Well, you know, since also what's going on at the same time with Cherry Blossom Fest, we also have March Madness is now underway. And according to this, you basically have all these teams from college basketball and their best ones within their conference, and they basically play each other basically nonstop till the end of this month to see who's going to be the national championship.
Right.
It's probably much more clearer than the football season, college football.
So read off real quick who's in it. Who's in it and who's out of it. Show me the bracket. Real quick.
Okay.
Name off the teams that
At
are in
least
it.
for right now, at least for one side of the bracket, I have this is for the Midwest. We have Louisville and North Carolina, A&T and Liberty. We have Colorado and Missouri, Oklahoma State and Oregon, St. Louis and New Mexico State, Memphis and MTSU, St. Mary's, Michigan State and Valparaiso, Creighton and Cincinnati, Duke and Albany.
Okay.
These are just the ones.
And those
from the Midwest.
games are March 21st and 22nd.
Yes.
Round of 64, it says.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Then the regional.
Any early picks, Derek? Are you picking anybody off the bat or no?
Well, I really don't have a horse in the race. I mean, Georgia's been kicked
dog
out.
in the fight.
Yeah, dog in the fight. Yeah. Speaking of which, though, since Alabama did defeat Georgia in the one game, taking them out, and also Mercer lost, they're also going to be in the national what they call the NIT tournament, which
the NIT.
The not important tournament.
Right.
But anyway, well, somehow at least one good thing though. Ole Miss did upset number 13 Florida 66-63 for the SEC title.
And while they did they do it in a racist manner?
No. Not that I know.
Anyway. Every time I hear Mississippi now, I just think of these racist stories that you've been bringing to the show, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I can't help but think of it. I hear the word Mississippi and I'm thinking, whoop, 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 racist, whoop, whoop.
Yes. And one good thing in WBC, the World Baseball Championship, Puerto Rico, lively supporters danced and they won their final out when they beat Japan. No, they beat United States and then beat Japan.
Well, they beat Japan also, right.
Sunday night semifinal.
They beat Japan for the title.
Yes.
They beat United States in the semifinals, right?
Yes.
Something like that.
So they need one more win to be the WBC champion in the World Baseball.
Oh, okay. So they don't have the championship.
Not yet, but they do have.
So who do they play for the championship?
That's a good question. I think
Can't
they
find
play,
it.
I want to say Korea?
Korea, wow.
Some other team. Yeah.
Jung Kim Yu. Whatever.
But it's going to be a wing dang
dinger.
dinger.
10:56, about 4 seconds in the AM. This is Blog TVs, the short-lived Blog TVs, the Morning Roast. Irvin Martinez, Derek Barrett, Anthony Harris, Megan Scarecrow, Ed Einbinder. We're going to go about 15 more minutes.
We're going to find another way.
Yeah, we're going to go about 15 more minutes in the show, and so.
I think we have to combine mediums.
Well, everybody's saying Vaughn. I mean, whatever our chatters think we should do, let's go with the brunt of our chatter. not all chatters are going to agree with our choice, but guys, that's just the way it is. We can't please everybody. So this is what we're going to say, and I'm not taking anything away from you guys. Personally, my side of it is I'm going to rely on people like, and I'm not picking out and picking on you guys. Just get used to it. Get some tough skin. I'm going to personally rely on what people like Saibuki say, Graybeard, even Vorpalbite.
Well, City Bum's one that hooked me up with it.
City Bum. Well, I'm just saying the ones that have been on Blog TV for a while, that know this better than us, that have been doing it longer, or have been on here longer. I'm going to go with their opinion on the thing, and that's who I'm going with. I mean,
well, City
I'm not
Bum's
going
saying,
with.
Did you guys know the CEO of YouNow made a pedo documentary in 1994 called Chicken Hawk? Google it.
Really?
You don't go to YouNow.
No, we're not.
That's City Bum.
Everybody's telling us not to go to that.
Say it's creepy.
I mean, hell, I've already seen Saibuki say don't go to that. I've seen, I've even seen Donnie Curry say don't go to that. I mean, I've seen
Rosalind
a lot
says
of people.
YouNow sucks, and I've been here for almost 3 years.
Rosalind, of course. You, Rosalind, as well.
Vaughn is best.
Yeah. Everybody likes Vaughn, I think, but Ed's going to make
Vaughn.
the decision too, because Ed's the one hooking the shit up. So
who the hell knows?
Yeah, we'll get somewhere.
There was a story. I think what was it? That
Urac,
I'm talking about.
Hold on a minute, Urac. I did tell the guys about FreeDoCast, the thing you showed me that night I came over, but I don't know. Everybody's saying Vaughn. So go ahead, DB.
Yes, I do have a couple of stories before we go into that and close the show. I think that Urac or somebody told me about this. In Orlando, Florida, the University of Central Florida's main campus was closed while police investigated a man's death inside of a dorm room, along with improvised explosive devices that were found in the Tower 1 residence hall of Knights Plaza, officials said. Hundreds of students were evacuated from their Tower 1 dormitories, and the official also said that UCF's main campus classes were canceled until noon. According to the officials, classes and operations in Central Florida Research Park and all regional campuses and satellite facilities will continue as scheduled. The UCF police said they found a fire alarm call about 12:20 a.m. While responding to that call, police said they received a 911 call regarding a man with a gun. And police said when they arrived, they found the man dead of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. The police have brought a bomb squad to investigate when they found also not only the body, but also the handgun, assault weapon, and IEDs.
Wow. There you go.
The identity of the dead man has not been released yet.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Sounds like he was going to go out with a bang, or trying to go out with a bang. I mean, literally. I mean, he was. It was
more ways than one.
Yeah, he was just wanting to take other people out as well. You know, I mean, why else would you try to hook up explosives?
Yeah, in your own dorm room. Yeah.
But, maybe he was listening too much to that.
People are lonely, aren't they?
Some are.
Yes.
Some are very lonely.
Very, very.
I guess we really pissed off Derek Shapiro. We told him to call back. He didn't call back. He just disappeared. He was trying to talk on our show. We just cut his ass off. Hey, call back when it's time for your segment, Derek Shapiro.
Well,
we don't have a segment.
He knows why we play.
Okay. Got another one. Go with it.
One more story before we go in.
Keep going,
I think
baby.
you're gonna like this. A Ohio woman, 106, finally gets her high school diploma. In
How old is she?
106.
Columbus, Ohio.
Damn.
A 106-year-old Central Ohio woman who completed classes but didn't graduate.
Oh, hell.
In a dispute.
Hold on, Derek. Let's do this call.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you, but let's see what our caller is.
Morning, Rose.
Hey,
Hi.
put it on speaker.
Who's this? Hey, Donnie. Hold on. Let me put you on speaker.
All right, Donnie. Good morning. Go for it.
Okay, I think I typed in enough times on here for me to make my point, but I want to actually express it because text does not give emotions. Personally, I have done a broadcast on YouNow, and the only difference between Blog TV and YouNow is the fact that on YouNow, when you're featured, you get voted off or kept on. You still can broadcast even if you're not voted upon. It's just like Blog TV minus the fact that you can be voted off of featured feature. So, my thing is, I don't have nothing against Blog TV. I personally would rather do mine on Justin TV because I had over 100 followers on that, and blocked on you now. All your friends and everything, you don't lose a soul on you now because everything gets transferred over from Blog TV to you now. So you have how many followers? You have 105 subscribers and 136 friends. It would continue on with you now.
Yeah, but let me interrupt, Donnie. Donnie, I have a problem. Hold on, buddy. I have a problem with this guy having this shady past. I'm not going to support. I'm not going to support you now if this guy is what did they say he did?
A pedophile.
A pedophile.
Yeah.
I mean that's reason alone not to support him.
City Bum saying you're dumb, Donnie.
So
we
why
know
are you?
He's a pedo.
Why are you so much of a
Donnie
cheerleader for
doesn't
this,
realize the
Donnie?
UNOW CEO made a pedo documentary
Hold on.
in 1994.
Okay, go, Donnie.
Okay, I'm not a cheerleader for him because I could give a shit what he did. I give a shit of what I do. And
Yeah, but wait a minute, Donnie. You got to give a shit what he did. I don't agree. I'm not going to give my time and money supporting a guy's business, and he's a pedophile.
Hey, let me ask you a question. I agree with you. I think that's unexcusable. I'm not excusing the man and his action.
But his business.
So he's the reason why that means there's going to be nothing but pedophiles on you now?
No, it's not that at all. It's just this guy is making a living off of you now. He's the owner. He's making a living. Anybody that's on it is helping him make a living, and I'm not helping a pedophile make a living, Donnie.
Okay, let's play devil's advocate. So that means that the guy that bought Blog TV is the same guy that owns you now. So that means you're doing a live show on a pedophile's website.
How is that? Right, and that's why we're not going to stay. That's why we're not going to stay with it. That's what we're saying. The way I understand it from Sabuki's message, it's in 2 weeks from a couple of days ago that they're switching over. They're not switched over yet.
No, but the acquisition was done. He purchased Blog TV. So in all rights, he still owns Blog TV.
Okay, so it's already started. What you're saying is it's already started. The contract has been signed.
Right.
Okay, well, it's good to know that. We didn't know that, so we'll switch over as soon as possible to Vaughn. That's fine.
You guys do go to Vaughn, but see, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I personally did not know about this guy being a pedophile.
I didn't either.
But on the same token, he's one man.
By the way, Donnie, are you Catholic?
Say that last part, Donnie.
What?
Say the last sentence. I didn't catch the last sentence.
Okay, basically, I'm not promoting you now. I just think that everybody should have an open mind at every site that's out there.
Yeah.
Justin TV.
I appreciate your information saying that you now does this also just like Blog TV. That's fine. I don't mind you, disseminating that information to us. I just, now that I learned this guy's a pedophile, I'm not going to help this guy. I'm not going to be on his site. You know, that to me, that just shows that I'm helping him make money.
Yeah.
And I would rather go to a place where, you know, the people seem like pretty good business owners with good character, you know. But again, I'm all new to this, so I don't really know about these spots. That's why we appreciate you guys telling us about all the different ones that there are.
Right, and
Well,
I hope you guys make
Yurak said Donnie does not have a show on Vaughn to plug. So that is why he does not want y'all to go.
Donnie, is that true? Are you staying on this site because you don't have anywhere else to go and you basically want to continue to plug your show?
No, I have my old account with Justin TV. I've got an account.
And by the way, my question still stands. Are you a Catholic?
Go again, Donnie. Urban interrupted. Sorry about that.
Okay, what I said was I have an account with Justin TV. I have over 100 followers on Justin TV. I've got an account with Vaughn, with Coon Doot, whatever that's called. I've got many other options. I just think that until I found out about the pedophile, I just think that people are giving this thing a bad shake because of the fact that you're voted and not understanding how it works.
Well, no, but now the voting thing is a small factor. Now the bigger factor of me not wanting to go to you now is this guy's a pedophile. That blows up everything else. You know, I'm not going to support the guy that's a pedophile. I'm not.
And my biggest thing is are you sure that he's the only sole proprietor of the website?
That doesn't matter. I mean, I don't care if he's partnered with 4 other guys. My question then is the partners that he has should think about partnering with this guy. They should go, you know what, I don't want to be in business with you, man. I want to move on, or we're going to kick you out. We're going to make you a partner that we don't want. I mean, I don't know. I would not associate with this guy in any business manner. City Bum is saying he's got like a tween site. Do you know about the tween site he has?
The what?
The tween site. City Bum says he has a tween, TWEEN site.
Oh, no, I'm not defending the guy. You guys are misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm not defending him. I'm just saying that when until the thing with the pedophilia came up, I didn't know. Okay? I agree that you shouldn't go there. But at the time that I called was solely on the factor that people were saying that the reason why they didn't want to go to that site was because they get voted off and on.
Yeah, because that was what I first heard about him. I just heard about this site when Saibuki posted that link up to us that night about, hey guys, Blog TV dies in 2 weeks. What are you going to do? And then I saw that. It was the first time I ever heard of YouNow. Never heard of this in my life. And you're right. There were other things about YouNow I didn't like. The stuff like the voting, and other people were saying other stuff about how it's done, and you can't have politics on there. You can't talk about politics. There were a few things we didn't like. But then once it comes out that the guy's a pedophile, that trumps everything, and without a doubt, I'm not going on that guy's site. Fuck no.
Well, I agree. I would completely confirm and concur with you. I'm not going to go to it now either.
Right. There it
is. The thing is that, again, the only reason why I made a comment about it was because before I knew about the pedophilia, people were not understanding how it worked, and I was just explaining how it worked.
Okay.
Now that I know about the pedophilia, I agree. I mean, I hate pedophilias.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you should give them a sex change as being a woman and put them in a man's prison until they can't kill them.
Right.
You know? So.
All right, Donnie.
Okay. See you guys tomorrow.
See you, buddy. Thanks for calling. We got to run, man. We got to
Okay.
do Wordsmith. We got about 7
Wordsmith.
minutes left.
Okay, I got to go ahead and finish the
Let's
story.
finish Derek's story about the Ohio woman, 106 years old.
Yes. Yes, this 106-year-old Central Ohio woman who completed classes but didn't graduate in a dispute over a book has received her high school diploma.
Yay.
The News Journal in Mansfield reports the Mount Vernon superintendent presented Reba Williams with a diploma Wednesday at her apartment in Columbus. She even got to wear a traditional graduation cap and gown brought by the retired Mount Vernon English teacher who urged the school board to award the diploma. English said that she had completed her high school. She completed high school in Mount Vernon, but was denied her diploma because she refused to read a final book assigned by a teacher. She read the book once and didn't want to read it again. Williams says she hopes current students realize that learning is important and that they probably shouldn't follow her example. So yes, always learn. Learning is
Well, good
always
for her. Good for her. You know what's the saying? Better late than never.
Yes.
Right?
Definitely.
You're 106, lady, but you did it. Way to go.
Definitely.
You
We'll go
got-
with Wordsmith.
You're doing wordsmith.
Yeah, Derek.
Oh
go
yeah,
for it, man.
Gamer
Do it.
Girl already put a page number. She's
Thanks, Gamer Girl. She's on top of this shit.
Pick
She knows we're
99
running out of time. She's not wasting
99
any
and
time.
3. Thanks.
Good job.
Thanks.
That's the way we like it. Get this shit rolling.
99 and entry number 3. Let's see. Go ahead and get this bad boy.
Yeah, we're doing it now, Roz. We're going to end with the show with this, and then, of course, after this, Derek will do the roll call. We thank you all again. Sorry about the messy beginning of the show. The weather is screwing with our system.
Okay, here we go.
Thanks
1,
to
2,
Ed, though,
3.
for getting it together for us.
Okay, looks like the third entry, page 99. Okay. the word happens to be carry.
Carry.
Which we did for 3 hours, thank goodness.
Yes.
Despite
We're
the
gonna
weather.
carry the show over to who the hell knows where.
Yeah.
We're going to carry the Mix in the Morning car over the edge of the cliff when Ed fixes that picture for me.
Okay. It says carry. For such a basic and common word, carry has a surprisingly brief history. It does not go back to some prehistoric Indo-European root, but was formed less than 1,000 years ago in Anglo-Norman or Old Northern French on the basis of carre, C-A-R-R-E, or car, immediate source of English car. The verb carrier, C-A-R-I-E-R, thus meant literally transport in a wheeled vehicle. This sense was carried over into English, and though it has since largely given way to the more general convey, it is preserved in the derivative carriage in such expressions as carriage paid.
Thank you. Carry.
Carry that with
C-A-R-R-Y.
you today.
Yes.
Give a shout out to the book, Dictionary of Word Origins.
by John Ato.
Saibuki sent this.
Thank you, Saibuki.
Thank you, Saibuki.
To us?
So, you ready to close it up, guys? Good show. It was kind of all over the place. We apologize for that. It's Monday. You know,
First show not all over the place.
sometimes we're a little more smooth. Today we were all over.
Well, you know, this week,
But
I
that's
was
what
saying, you know, this week is going to be
true.
busy. In Macon, we're going to have the Cherry Blossom
A lot of
Festival all
shit
throughout
going
this
on.
week. And plus, not to mention, for those insomniacs who happen to love sports, you're going to have a lot of basketball. March Madness this week also is going to be playing on CBS as well as TNN. Yes, TNT.
TNT.
Yes.
Not TNA and not TNN.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much, Irvin. I'm glad you're looking healthy. Let's do a shout out
I'm
to
getting
Irvin.
there.
You're feeling down, but you are looking a lot better in the face. That's
Yeah.
a good thing. Every time you come back from the hospital, you do have it filled out. It looks good. You look healthier.
Well,
You know,
yeah.
you were getting gaunt there. You were looking real gaunt for a while. So Irvin and I are going to go downtown. We're going to go downtown, get some food, hold some signs.
And I'm going to sit and eat while Anthony protests.
That's right. Come
Yes.
on out with us, locals.
And if you have
Anybody?
some time,
Yurak,
I'll
come
be
join us, brother.
joining.
And if you
Yurak,
happen
I got your $5 I owed you, and I'll buy you lunch.
Thank
Come on
you,
down,
Gator.
Yurak.
And if you happen to be somewhere downtown later tonight around 8 o'clock, we're going to have the have a dinner theater
At the Shadows.
Shadows Dinner Theater, 438 2nd
He's going to
Street.
be around.
Yes.
Shadows is on 2nd Street, downtown Macon, Georgia, kind of across from the SunTrust Bank building and next to Roasted Cafe and Lounge.
Yes, indeedy. We're going to have a show for tonight, as well as having one more on Friday night on the 22nd. So if you're in the Macon area, please stop on by.
Roz, and I'm not going to get arrested. This is a legal place according to that I can do this. This is right on the sidewalks and streets.
Yes.
So
And thank you for the
Wherever, man, we'll
haircut.
decide.
Thank you for the haircut compliment, Gamer. I appreciate it.
I love you guys. See you tomorrow for Tuesday's
Bye.
edition.
Oh, that's perfect.
All right. Thank you guys. We love you.
That's the mayor's.
Thanks for the calls also, Derek Shapiro and Donnie Curry. Sorry, Derek, but you should have
Thanks,
called back.
guys.
Ugly ass bitch. Creepy. It's called Loudmouth Harris right there. Loudmouth Harris. Now I got to do them for Derek. All right. Good one, guys.